Alright, we're starting at the bottom then, actually. We're starting with Bron versus Lithium.
Okay,
Yep.
I think they
Oh,
are
awesome.
ready.
Hell
So-
yeah, I'm ready when you are, YY.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
Best of luck to both of our contestants as we are going to see both of them going for the shenanigans. The magic missile is out and we are going to see the daggers come out here. We do see the star shower come out there as well from the side of our... Oh, nice little bit of counter pressure there from the side of Bron, I believe. As we are going to see that running attack come through. The slicer comes through here as well. As we are going to see both players here going for that physic. Nice little bit of damage, a little bit of a poke there on the off stock. Lithium there goes for the R2 here on the fist. We do see another running, going for that standing area. One, force back a little bit of damage right off the top there. Lithium is quite low here as a running attack is going to hit on the true combo there. The R1 into the L1 here from the hull stock of Bron. As we're going to see Lithium pushed back is going to try and even this one out there with that jumping attack, as we are going to see him roll out there. The halberd with the jump attack comes through and the slicer.
Wow.
Slicing and dicing and putting Lithium.
Nice.
Very, very nice showing. Good job, buddies.
I'm
I really enjoy players using magic.
I'm surprised
Magic?
to see Bron use magic.
That's
Yeah.
you and me both, honestly. Bron using something like that is absolutely terrifying. I'm going to be honest. I was half expecting Bron to be on the fists, but no,
Yeah,
he's
same
definitely
here.
here to surprise us today.
Wow.
Frosty says it's cool to finally see someone using. Yeah, it's an interesting one to be sure. Like when you look at it, like having all those magic options at your fingertips, you still have hull stock, which is of course still really good, even if it is outclassed. But we've seen Bron there as both of our players go for that, and the magic missile comes out there, taking up the center as it just the orb of massive scene destruction there, finally going to send Lithium into a little bit of hit stun. But nothing was for breakfast here, as we do see Bron go for that nice startup, goes for that running attack. Lithium is going to land up a good strafe there on the side of Bron as he comes in with counter pressure of his own. Run R1s and halberd are your bread and butter as another running attack rings true. Getting that slicer there is going to see a little bit of poise chip there, being very nice for that off stock, but these R2s trying to catch Bron unawares, who is currently up 1 point, getting that the L1 R1 as ever. The bread and butter yet again, as we see these jumping attacks here to try and close that neutral out, stop Bron. Bron has his better neutral, which means on obviously the halberd here has the ability to interrupt an awful lot of what Lithium does, but those fists can do so much damage. As we see that the R1 L1, good roll out there on the side of the goat, the terror of Mag himself, forced back as we are going to see that nice bit of pressure, tries to counter, but Bron is there waiting with that standing R1, goes for another. The rush down of fists here is something that Bron is going to have to be very, very worried about. A stray attack here and he's going to be in for a world of hurt. It does seem though as though Bron is slowly but surely coming back, as we do see that attempt to trade the fists, going for that backstab pressure, but instead going for the R2. Very smart plays here from the side of Lithium, as we do see that rush into a nice tasty bit of a mash, chat, and we do see the glintstone trying to even this one out yet more in the star shower there, catching Lithium, but he does manage to get away mostly without a bit of hassle, as we do see that that little bit of regen there and the blessed dew from both of them. They're going to slowly but surely climb this one out. Both sides are now without a tier, 1100 to 1000, both sides neck and neck, as we do see the lightning grease here on those fists. I think that was what it was, as we are going to see Bron eat that R2. That's very, very risky, forcing back here, trying to go for that good space out, pre-spaces out, as the stock is just going to go try and get a little bit of love tap there on the way out, but unfortunately Lithium is nowhere to be found, as we did yet another running attack follow through there. Goes for attempt to trade. Bron is very low, 42 HP, and Lithium
GG.
966 takes it. GG's indeed. Holy moly.
Wow.
What a round.
Nice. Very good match right away. Good start for the tournament.
I will actually say
match.
it very much was, and I want to give Lithium credit there where credit is due. The fact that he's keeping up that pressure, stopping Bron from going any of those funny picks. You know, he can't really spam his magic quite as much, with Lithium literally breathing down his neck the entire time. really, really brutal stuff, but a very, very nice showing there from Bron, giving it as close as it is. I would definitely on paper say that fists are a better setup. That rushdown on top of really strong strafes can really make this match very, very difficult to see. Bron here run off, but I am ready, YY. Give us the bolt at your leisure, my dear.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
And there it is. Kaboom, kabow, kaplowy. And we do see these little glintstone shards coming out there just to try and get a little bit of chip to begin. As we see that ball stock trade come through, and it is going to be just insane aggression coming out here on the side of Lithium, which of course is exactly what he needs to do. As we see these empty jumps come through, another follow-up running attack there, not quite able to do it. Goes for another standing R1 there just to try and get those catches. We do see the attempted shard, the running R2 actually on the side of Bron here, as he does manage to get these tasty bits of chip, but it's not really going to matter. Lithium has an insane life lead so far, and it's going to be very difficult for Bron there to get it back without taking an awful lot of damage himself, as the screams of defiance ring through on top of a Godskin swaddling proc there as well to even out this one more. 867, as we do see Bron going for these runnings, tries to get that, he gets that interrupt, he goes for the trade. Bron has to be so careful here. One mess up on his all Jover, folks, as we see Bron now set back. He is still playing insanely aggressive into this. I'm so confused. As a standing R1 into the L1, but a nice little bit of a trade there from the side of Lithium, who's getting Bron very, very low. It's 1-1 now. We do see that swap over. Lithium, I believe, is without his tier. In fact, we're going to see Bron go for that run R2. It is not going to land, but it is going to force a roll in the dead angle there to try and stop it. But the fists of Fury ring supreme. Nice match.
Good fight. Good fight. Wow.
No, it was a really good showing there, actually, from Bron to even this one out as close as he is. But I think that the Hallstock is going to struggle into this one. Like, the fists can just get in really, really close. They can go play for those strafes, and Bron is doing a good job of mixing up between going for just locked on hits and going for those free aimed hits on the halberd, which he has to do, especially playing at this level. Lithium, of course, does have the ability here to fairly consistently to get those straights in, and we've seen he's waiting with those R2s in case Bron tries to play cute or tries to just walk out of the BS and get a counter BS or something. So it's good showing, and Lithium's doing a good job of setting up for those R2s, but the match is on. Let's get the show on the road. Kaboom, and the physics are drunk, and when the little bits of magic, the bestial roar comes through, as we're going to see Bron now chilling, going for that running attack, actually managing to land the first hit into the R1, L1. Here is the side of Bron, actually managing to get a nice little bit there on the slicers. We see force back now. We are going to see that R2 come through there, but it's going to be counter pressure, but he's just going to walk directly into that R2 for a painful amount of HP to look at, as we see those free aimed halberd hits actually mattering an awful lot, punishing there that R2 as well. Textbook halberd play into fists here, as we are going to see him kick an awful lot of damage from that little exchange, a little bit of a scrap. Bron here goes for the run forwards. He's trying desperately to find an opportunity. Nice little L1 there, going for the slicer there just to catch Lithium with just off guard, as we do see that there. Oh, there's the slicer. That is going to be the tier gone for Lithium as the L1 comes through. Free aims away that halberd. He doesn't want to be within punishment range of that, as the run R2 comes out there to punish that, as the R2 then follow up into the trade into the follow-up R2. Bron walking into an awful lot of damage and still once again at a life disadvantage, but that run attack there is able to get that, but he's not going to come out of it free. 311 HP. Bron maybe might have thought wrongly here, as it is going to be 237 into that free into that. Oh my god, he's dead. Both of them are basically one shot here.
So
this is insane, as the jump R1 comes through there to try and catch him out there, tries to force back into the L1, and that's going to be Bron evening it out into a match point.
Wow.
Nice freaking fight.
Now it's 2-2.
Yeah. And
We're
honestly,
starting
any of them
Go
could
on.
win.
Literally here, any of them could win. Lithium has Lithium actually won a tournament? I'm actually unsure off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure he did, didn't he? Halvard, you're the encyclopedia here. You're going to have to answer this one for me. Because I know Bron is just off after an FOC win, and obviously the more important Enda tournament yesterday. So he's feeling pretty freaking confident going in here today. Has Lithium won a tournament? I think he did. Did he win an FOC once?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. We'll crack on with the next match. We'll see. Oh, he did. Okay, Lithium
They
did
said
win
yes.
a tournament. Yes. So Lithium did win a tournament. Okay. I believe that was the sword dance off to end all sword dances, if my memory is now actually correct. But either way, we are going to see both players here chilling out in center. We are going to see Lithium play a much more careful game here, as that strafe on that halberd is going to be really, really nasty. Braun stuck in the corner, managing just about to get out of it, as we're going to see that L1 into a follow-up there. That's beautiful. Braun, I don't believe, has been hit yet, and we are going to see Lithium here going for these tally swaps, getting that nice little bit of health regen going on as we see these stagger steps coming through here from Braun. Lithium doesn't seem very confident in this match here. He seems to be an awful lot more reserved compared to what he was. As you see the attempted trade, we do see that free aim halberd R1 come through. Braun doing a good job trying to set up for that pre-spacing out that counter pressure that was inevitably coming, but just mis-spacing it by a slight margin. Overextends there, takes a nice little bit of damage there. 223 compared to the 1700 HP there of a Lithium. We do see a life lead here for Braun, which against the fist is kind of impressive in and of itself, as we do see that nice little bit of chip come through there. We are going to see the carrion slicer come through, slice and dice, and a little bit of a dagger bit of chip there as well into that punish. He actually spaced the second part of the R2 there as well. Braun is just playing impeccably here, as we do see yet more damage there from the slicer. Goes for that running attack now once more, trying desperately to keep an idea. Goes force back, is going to get that little bit of damage. We see a standing R1. Braun takes another little bit of chip from that running attack there. He's going to have to be very, very careful if he messes this spacing up wrong, or gets the timing wrong into a trade, which is going to be in the favor by virtue of a life advantage to Braun. Lithium in the far corner does go for that R2, and oh no, the backstab grab it there, man. Oh no! But Braun is going to persevere. He is going to get that extra damage, forcing these trades here. But look at that. It's evened out by a crazy margin. Oh my god, one mistake and he's down to 500 HP. We are in tier skip ranges. Another running attack rings true here. Tries to aim down to get that extra little bit of range. The stock comes through. Braun played so well into this. Oh my lord, that was absolutely clutch. As we do see that running attack, Braun here not electing to change tallies here. He goes for a run R2, sticks Lithium in the corner, but Lithium is going to just roll out here that low recovery, making the halberd very, very difficult to actually punish. As that trade comes through, that is going to be the tier gone. Braun is safe from the tier skip demons once again. As we do see the slicer come through, he is going to roll out that, but he's so close. The 88 HP, Braun is so low, 1100 HP. Are we going to see that running attack? We do see the Fists of Fury, and that's going to be Braun taking out round one.
Oh.
Taking the first one.
Good fight.
Yeah, that was very good.
Wow.
Oh my lord.
I didn't expect that Braun will lose the match. I mean, many buddies vote for him that he will be the winner.
Well, I can't necessarily blame people why Braun has been doing an absolutely exceptional job all the way through here. You know, Braun's played really well in the last couple of tournaments he's been in, and I haven't really seen much of Lithium of late, but good to finally see Lithium and to take out BronDaGoat, the terror of Mag, taken down. No more will he be writing mean messages in people's Steam comments. Holy moly. So we have both of our contestants in.
Yes.
Are you excited for this match?
Yes.
Hells yes.
We are excited for all matches.
Alright. Let's go. I'm excited. I'm curious as to what Atlas is going to do.
Good luck. Good luck, buddies.
Yeah, the buddies are drinking up here. You know, they're celebrating the fact they get to play here, as we are going to see now Atlas in red versus Mag in blue. We are going to see both players kind of chilling. Both a fist mirror, which is something we're going to see a hell of a lot of, I think, in the future, as we are going to see that insane damage ring true here, as we are going to see Atlas now go for yet another running attack there, managing to get a nice amount of damage. If Mag is who I think it is, I think it's Mag Casual, he's going to be in a position here. Look at these trades, and the R2 come out there. One of the things I will say about fist mirrors that is very difficult, a life advantage of anything less than 1,000 matters absolutely nothing. These things do damage, and just look at that there. The amount of health back and forth been traded is just utterly insane as a running attack rings true into that. The tier is out. No tier skip scams today, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to see both of our players kind of vibing out, trying to feel each other out, trying to find an opportunity to get some damage in. The opportunities will be aplenty when you have an unreactable running attack, And look at this. We are going to see these little stagger steps here from the side of Mag Rando, who we just... Great minds think alike, because we just... Oh, he walks into it. That's nasty. Nasty damage. Looking at it here, we are going to see both players go for the running attacks. The R2 comes through into another R2. Oh my lord. And a backstab grab there for Atlas. That's going to be rough. Mag is low, but only by a hair's breadth. Ladies and gents, this could turn around in an instant, as we are going to see that lead now dissipate almost immediately into more damage, into that mash here from the side of Mag, and more mash, and that is going to be all she wrote. A victory for Atlas. The stream was invaded by Enda TV, terrifying.
That's great. Thank you for joining, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And you are in for one hell of a match, as we're going to see that bestial roar come out there from neutral. And the skull emojis are following up as well, just to keep up that nice bit of pressure. To see a swap over from Mag over onto the Shamshir, the sheer audacity of this man thinking he can compete with these fists. But if it's something isn't working, as it was there, Atlas there is going to move in for that nice amount of pressure, goes for a running attack there. We do see Atlas taking an awful lot of damage there from that spinning slash, which is of course going to be insanely strong here, given the rule set with flaming strike, sword dance, and a few other bits and pieces banned. And we do see that lightning grease here making up for that perhaps a little bit of lack of damage, as we're going to see that the interrupt there on the R2 is going to be huge in this momentum shift momento, as you see Mag run out there once more. But Mag is still in a bad position. He's stuck in the corner, but he does manage to get out of it just about, but puts himself immediately back in, as you see this running attack there hit from Kilo. It is going to be NA versus EU, which is going to mean there's going to be a little bit of latency between these, but the UK and the US, generally speaking, has some pretty good velocity. I can see the crouch attacks come through. Mag takes a lot of damage in that exchange. Atlas, of course, chilling like a villain here with a fairly substantial health lead, and Mag switching back over to fists, reconsidering the options here, as we are going to see both players here going for those extra bits of greases, the roars, the screams of defiance coming through in the arena here from Atlas, who is just going to try and further cement that lead. But look at that, the R2 comes out into a nice bit of chip there from the running. Very, very nice stuff, as we are going to see yet another running attack come out here from the side of Mag, who takes yet more damage into that R2, and it's going to be Atlas taking it.
Nice.
V nice. V nice.
That is 1-1.
1-1. All of these matches, are going to be are looking like they're going to be super, super close. Holy moly!
So far,
Alright.
matches are doing great.
Yes, both players are playing exceptionally well here, as we do see yet another swap here from Mag Rando, who I think is Mag Casual. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Let's go. Good luck.
Boom. Yes, good luck indeed to all the buddies out there, as they are going to be shouted at, not by us though, for a change, as we are going to see some immediate damage there from the side of Atlas, getting that nice little bestial roar there off on Mag. Mag electing to go for the stone club here, probably just to be able to swat aside Atlas, but Atlas is doing exactly what he needs to do, which is not press buttons and just wait for the hyper armor to come through. But as we can see, the blink bolt, that's an interesting little use here. Okay, you know, I'm curious to see how this is going to develop, as you see the swap over. Mag deciding that, you know, if something isn't working, I'm just going to use something else, and nothing better than a little bit of a frame trap there to liven us up this evening, as we are going to see Mag now try and catch him in the corner, but the skull emojis are going to land. Not for very much damage though, as we do see that immediate back over on the Blessed Dew here from Atlas, who's going to be getting that health regen right back up to full. We do see the swap over to the shield tally as well, just to get that extra little bit of defenses on that first hit. As you see the running attack there, and the axe into a crouch attack, tries to go for a bit of pressure. That axe is just going to go ham axe crazy, if you will, as we do see another running attack there. Just Mag is in a massive amount of bother as the flame of the red mains comes through, but he's just going to go, you know what, I have a health advantage, I have fists, I have damage on my side, as I go for a jump attack there over the top there, but Atlas didn't quite manage to land it. We do see Mag Rando here struggling just a little bit. The fists are just very, very strong, and the Divine Beast Stomp comes through, but it is going to whiff right over his Well, like under his, it's just not going to hit. There we go. That'll work. As we are going to see, both players now going back into this long neutral here. Mag not quite sure what to do. A trade here could very well end up with an R2, but we are going to see that attempt to even it out. 110 HP to 1,000. Still slowly but surely chipping away here at Atlas is Mag, but Atlas is doing a phenomenal job of just looking for those opportunities to get in, get the damage, and then immediately get out, not to be there in time for extra damage off of that there for Atlas. Look at that, the running attack, the lack of initiation is going to be very hard, but he does manage to get an insane amount of damage there, and that exchange is the side of Mag, evening this one out yet more, but the tier is still in play from the side of Atlas as the jumping R1 comes out, hits Atlas for yet more damage there with that counter pressure, and Mag is just contented to just relax. I can just vibe out and chill here. Unless Atlas decides to aggress on me, I'm not going to do very much. And we see that swap over to the red feather there, which is going to be huge, and we do see the tier drop down the trade, making this a 2-1 on the side of Atlas.
Good fight.
They're just having a little bit of a snooze, I think, themselves. Oh, we are going to get Eli. He's slowly but surely getting there. On the curse? Is he on the curse play? No, I think he's reading the rule set. We're going to see some swaps over here from the side of Eli. Onto fists. Yep, that's... I believe they're flat banned on everything, Halvard, but I will do a double check after this round because we do have both players in and ready to go. Why? Give us a shout in at your leisure.
Okay. Let's go. Good luck.
Best of luck to Lain in red and Eli in blue. We are going to see the S-Stock here on the side of Lain, who's going to be slowly but surely trying to chip down Eli here and kind of cut short an awful lot of that aggression. But looking at that spacing, but the backstab grab comes through there from the side of Lain. You're going to see that nice little bit of damage there, getting that L1, that R1 block into R1 to try and keep that priority here in this exchange, as we do see Eli trying to get that counter pressure back, but Lain I don't believe has been hit just yet, as Eli is down by quite a substantial margin, but that R2 is going to even that out immediately, as we do see that into the impaling thrust actually landed. Holy moly, there ain't no way. Actual goat gaming, as we are going to see Eli here, but again I say it, fists just do insane damage, and look at that, their R2 comes through. Eli is going to take a lot of damage, 1,000 HP to 1,400, but again that's an R2 and a little bit of chip away from Lain being losing that lead. There you go, you say it, and it happens, as we're going to see that R1 come through there. Lain managing to get a roll catch there, force Eli back. Eli is in a spot of bother here, as we're going to see that mash come through, and there's going to be the tier gone. Both players trade, but it is going to be in the favor of Lain, who tells Eli to stay in your lane, sir. Beautiful fight.
Good fight.
Very strange to see in that mash at the end there for Lain to actually come out on top. I would have been fully sure that Eli would have just done an insane amount of damage and just pulled that one through in the wind-up, but no, it just seems to me as though, yeah, the impaling thrust landed, Darce. That's wild to me. Absolutely wild, but Eli here is just not feeling very comfortable on these fists. We may see a swap, I'm not sure. It's early days yet, unfortunately, but we are just waiting for Eli to get back in world. It does seem as though he's making some changes to the build, but it is, again, early days just yet, and I'm going to be curious to see what changes we might actually see here from the side of Eli, but it is good to see him again. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of casting one of his matches, so I'm going to be pretty stoked, as we do see the warp over to Dueling Square, a loading screen, and this time it's not from a defeat, so I'm sure he's going to be pretty stoked about that one. We're going to see Lain just chilling in his corner as Eli is going to run out for a moment. Oh, he is going to decide that it's probably best I do rest at that grace. Probably a good place. How did I miss those PNGs? I don't actually know, Oliver. It's some weirdness when it comes to people resetting stuff. I'm not actually sure why it does it, because it only does it sometimes. It's not very consistent. I'm Axie, I think, made some advice on how to change it, but I'm tech illiterate. But either way, we do have both of our players in. YY, are you stoked? Because I am.
Let's go. Second round.
And yeah, physics are out. Daggers are thrown, and we see some immediate aggression here from Eli, getting about 300 damage. There's worth of damage, which is, you know, that's a fair amount to start off with. As we do see Lain here go for these straights, go for that nice bit of a straight into an impaling thrust there, which is very nice. But unfortunately, that R2 is going to land, and that's going to be Eli slowly but surely evening this one out. But look at that there. Just the Lain is just taking so much damage as he tries to retain priority here, using those crouch attacks there to just get that more chip. It's death by 1,000 cuts is going to be the play here, as we do see these rolling attacks come through. Obviously here the S-Stock is very lethal. It's able to get an awful lot of those interrupts, but unfortunately he has to trade with it, and that is going to be Lain put down. Yeah, very, very good fight there. Just an insane aggression here on the side of Eli.
1-1.
Boom, and I think you're alright. I think the players are used to long waits between rounds anyway, so this is perfectly fine my way. As we're going to see both of them get underway, as we do see just a little bit of damage there from Eli as he is overzealous there with those runnings. But look at that, the R2 is going to be interrupted there by the S-Stock, as we do see some attempted counter pressure there from the side of Lain, but he's going to have to stay in his lane there as he takes a nice amount of damage. Both sides relatively even here. Eli with a little bit of extra damage as a run attack runs through into a follow-up, or one beautiful pre-spacing out there on the side of Lain. Pastor Says is going to give a sigh of relief here, as he is going to go for another follow-up, try to get a backswing. It's not quite going to be able to land, unfortunately, as we are going to see a tasty bit of damage come through, as we do see the rollout come through on the side of Lain there, who is an exceptionally large lead here. But again, against fists, that can be evened out in one interaction, and look at that, we do see it even out already, as we're going to see just that beautiful counter pressure there from the side of Lain, who goes for that run out there, goes for an R2 into a kickflip, but a little bit of a waggle there at the miss input. I know I'd feel that way too. There'll be a bit of drywall knocked out, as Eli is going to be incredibly low here, and he's going to be clipped and shipped into a loading screen. Very, very nice fight.
GG's.
Yeah, and it's actually really nice to see it here. You know, thrusting sword in ER has been underappreciated and underused by an awful lot of players, but my god, thrusting sword when used is just, it's able to just interrupt so much of what fists are trying to do, and with those rollings as well. So think about it this way: if I'm pressured, I have the roll out, and I can just immediately go for that nice rolling attack and just interrupt everything that he tries to throw at me. The worst case scenario, I get a trade, which against fists is pretty brutal, but Lain actually has it's more than doable, especially in this rule set. But the bolt is out, and we will remain to be seen, as Lain is on 2, Eli is on 0. Alright. Going for that jumping attack there, not quite able to do it, as we are going to see Lain here resetting this neutral, sets up his grease. Eli is going to be chilling here, does get a nice little bit of chip. Good reaction roll there comes out on the side of Lain, who is trying to get that interrupt, gets another one. He gets that pressure, goes for a run attack. Unfortunately, he's not able to get away in time. Both sides, Lane's come out the worst of these engagements here, but as I say that, it's immediately kind of evening out there just a little bit, as we are going to see Eli there taking a lot of damage as Lain just eats that R2, which is just brutal, into that trade there once more, as we do see that running attack there. Lain thinking he has the ability to mash, and by God, do you not have the ability to mash into that, as we are going to see Lain on basically nothing, 99 HP, and possibly soon to be 0, as we are going to see Eli here with the substantial life lead. There is no tier skip options outside of a backstab or a parry, so that's going to be Lain there. Tries to force the counter pressure, takes the trade, forcing a 1-1. Oof, nice.
Fists were very effective.
Wow, now it's 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, good showing there. I'm not convinced off the top of my... I'm kind of curious here as to what seems to be happening in this fight. From what I can tell, is one side gets momentum they're just able to take the initiative, and then the other side just isn't able to get the counter pressure necessary to actually bring a fight back. It seems these seem to be wild swings, and one side taking just insane dominance, the other one just, or one side or the other taking that dominance. So I'm curious as to how this next match is going to go. These have been nail biters so far, as we are going to see the physic come out and the knives are out, as we are going to see both sides here trying to get a little bit of chips here from neutral, as we are going to see that interrupt right off the bat there. Lain electing, instead of going for that run attack, is just going to chill here in neutral, wait for a whiff, tries to go for a roll catch, tries to go for another little one. I think Eli has taken just a little bit of damage to see that running attack run through. Lain here is getting very, very overzealous, and one mistake here could be just like an insane amount of damage. It could be like 800 HP, as we are going to see now that roll catch comes through. Lain is playing very confidently, but it is far from over, as we do see that whiff punish attempt there. Tries to go for another one. We do see the block cancel here to try and maintain that priority, but Lain has to mix up that timing. As we see it there, the counter pressure is finally in, and like I said, evens out by about 400 HP, and that is the jumping R1 comes through there to get a little bit of damage. Eli here is going to go for that whiff punish there into that, managing to get the roll catch. Eli on the back foot there up against the wall is going to be hit by that running attack though, and that is going to be Eli in the corner here, and that trade comes through, but still a life advantage here in the favor of Lain, as we're going to see yet another run attack ran through. But unfortunately, we are going to see here that reset to neutral. The R2 comes out, forcing that bit of pressure. Eli has quite a hill to climb, but that strafe is going to be huge, as we do see the whiff into a running attack is something you're going to see an awful lot in this matchup, as we are going to see that interrupt on the R2, just a little bit overzealous with it there, as we see a little bit of extra damage. That is going to be 1,000 to 900, and the tier is now gone on the side of Eli, with Lain still having it, but perhaps not for much longer, as we are going to see that Godspeed Swaddling proc come through into 200 HP, just shy of 300 versus 1200, but that is going to be a clip far from a ship yet. 885 damage. We are not within one hit range unless he manages to land on R2 here on the side of Eli's jumping attack over the top there. Backswing comes through, 57 HP, and that's Eli down. Lain takes the
Good fight. Very even.
Nice.
Very, very nicely done.
Well done, Ian.
So cool.
Yeah. Honestly, a bit surprising, if I'm being honest with you. These matches have all been kind of the exact opposite of what I'd expect. I look at it here, it looks like Mag Rando, who if it is Mag Casual, has lost, which I would have considered a pretty damn fine player. Eli's down. Looking at Bron here as well, like these are wild matches, not quite going the way I would expect at all, and I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a hell of a lot more of that over the course of this tourney. So
maybe Frosty will win my tourney.
It's definitely surprising. This again did not go quite the way I was expecting. YY.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
Hells yeah, let's crack on with this next round. So you're going to see physics. It does seem as though it's going to be Shamshir on the side of Gavril versus the Hall. It's a Hall Axe here on the side of Zokorin. Definitely an interesting matchup. That off axe is going to come in clutch there. You see a mashing whiff punish restored, ladies and gents, as another running attack rings through. But unfortunately, we are going to see that reset, a long reset there into the far corner from the side of Gavril, but Zokorin not really taking full advantage of it there. You do see that trade into the mash, but look at that, the strafe comes through here on the side of Gavril, managing to get a very, very nice bit of backstab pressure there, punishing that an empty jump there into another running attack there. The off axe is just going to go mash, mash, mash. As we do see now this retreat into the corner, which again is not a place you want to be against a Shamshir, but that counter pressure from a run R1 immediately right off the bat, right out of the roll, says no sir, I am going to stick here and go for that running attack of my own. And another running attack rings through, as we are going to see this reset now once more, trying setting up that chilling mist. We do see Gavril just about managed to get out of it, not electing to go for the tally to give frost resist. I think we might have seen a play there from the side of Zokorin to try and reset the frost proc, I think that was the notion behind it. But of course, it's immediately reset it there as the axe is going to come through, getting that frostbite here into a running attack. There's Zarkin is very low, and that is going to be all she wrote.
GG's.
Nice. Very, very nice showing. Alright. That is going to be a 1-0 in the favour of Gavril. Not a fan of the damage boost is too good to give up. I wholeheartedly agree, Halford. I do think that generally speaking you are looking for that. Frost damage deciphered likely to be rolled. It's a neat little idea. It's very DS3 of them, but we'll see how it pans out here in this. It could have been a miscast, but either way we do have both players in, and Gavril here with this 1 point lead as the physic is going to be drunk. And the Frost is out here as well. We're going to see that just immediate pressure here on the side of Zarkin. Managing to get a little bit of damage here, but 400 on the board. We just the axe, going axe crazy here. Going jump over the top into a spinning slash, but it is going to be rolled as we are going to see that counter pressure here from the side of Zarkin. 1100 all the way compared to 1700 now on the board as the spinning's first part of spinning slash comes out there as a running at R1 comes through, managing to get that backswing. There is the side of Gavril into a spinning slash, but does elect to roll. It does seem as though the latency is quite high between these players as we do this. See this reset into neutral, so running into the spin slash. The whole thing is going to land into a standing R1. Pushed back now. That health lead has now dissipated very, very quickly as we do see Zarkin here chilling in the mist. No pun intended, I swear. As good spacing out there into a spin slash, but there we are, the prio machine that is the all backs come through into a spinning slash, strafed immediately into that button press, and 3 HP in a dream is the side of Zarkin, but it is not going to matter by the looks of things as a running attack. The fists are out here on the side of Gavril, took a little bit of damage on that advance, but there you have it. We do see that reset into neutral. Running attack card comes through, tries to get that little bit of chip. We're going to see the pre-spacing out there, looking for the counter pressure here on the whole axe, but it is not going to be enough as we do see this little bit of wiggles here trying to force out a whiff.
Wow.
And speak of the whiff,
GG.
and it shall appear. Gavril takes the win. Very, very nice showing. Yeah, kind of interesting that the mash on the axe there was completely unexpected. I know for a fact that I didn't expect it, and I think that kind of caught Gavril off guard in the early part of that round, but a very good showing from him to actually even it out by a fairly wide margin. We do see him throwing out these rolling R1s just outside the arena. Perhaps trying to see what the button actually does, perhaps, not sure, but we do have both of them in, and that's Gavril with 2, Zarkin with 0. The bolt is out. As we do see now both players going in for that initial shot, and we do see the swap over to the Great Cat, which is going to be pretty much interrupted by everything here that Gavril does as he does attempt to go for the strafe. Unfortunately, hitbox says no, as we do see Gavril stuck in the corner here in the spinning slash there, managing to get that really nice damage out, 2200 to 1800 in the favour of Zarkin, but this could even out very, very quickly as we're going to see Zarkin here shown in the corner, getting that nice interrupt, forcing Gavril back as the backswing comes out there, but it is going to fly wide, unfortunately, for Gavril as he goes in. Is going to take a little bit of damage, goes to these rollouts here, not trying to go for these strafes anymore, trusting his better judgment as you do see the bleed ball is eaten, but unfortunately that is going to be Gavril. The vortex into the sword dance, the slow sword dance, and Gavril now is quite low as we see the spinning slash come out again, but unfortunately he says no, but there's the back. That's what he's been looking for. He's found the spacing, he's found the timing, as you're going to see the spinning slash ring out, but nothing is for breakfast this day as we see a rollout into the grease here, the Dragon Bolt, I'm going to believe, from the side of both of them. As we do see both of them now chilling in this long neutral, jumping over the top. They're not quite going to be able to make it. Force back in now once again as we do see both players here standing R1 comes through, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Good fight.
Holy moly.
So
Nice.
brought it back. Nice.
Let's see if there is a comeback here.
This could be the reverse sweep, lads. This is what it could be. I'm kind of blown away by it.
People are really enjoying your music.
Thank you.
A little bit of ambiance to tonight's entertainment as we are going to see that running attack there whiffing from Kilo. Empty jump there into a standing R1 on Fork. Bestie is the spinning slash over the top, but it is going to rest just shy as we are going to see Gavril now having to reconsider his options as this Great Cat is doing an amazing job of just saying no. You see another running attack there, good roll out there from the side of Gavril. Looking at that there, the spin slash comes out, but it's just going to end shy again. I don't think the spin slash is really working out for him as you are going to see these roll catches come out here, and zokorin is doing a phenomenal job of keeping up that pressure standing R1 there. Both sides looking to get these resets here. We do see the bleed grease come back up now once again. And we do see that just these crouches here. He's playing a very neutral game. Oof. Nice damage as the spin slash rings through. It is going to hit him in the corner. We aren't going to see a backswing here as we see the resetting of the grease. Back into that center of the field there. The running attack comes through, but the backstab grab is going to force zokorin to have to reconsider that bit of aggression as we can see a running attack ring true. Yeah, there, both of them reset into the neutral. The spinning slash is going to be interrupted into the sword dance. And the bleed bar is going to be very, very high here on the side of Gavril as we see that empty jump come through. Goes for that, goes for another running, and yet another running, but it is going to be shy and force the roll out on zokorin. Zokorin has a very commanding lead here, and it is only being further cemented as the bleed block is rolled. As we do see that, and that's going to be all she wrote. Zokorin takes another round. Man.
Another even fight.
Really is now. It's
wow.
Almost all the matches have been like this.
An awful lot of them have, yes, and it's very interesting for me how that change in setup just completely turned this match around, right? Because you're looking at it there, like Gavril was absolutely dominating the previous match, but this swap over to the Great Cat means that Gavril's not quite sure how to initiate these fights, so looking forward to it.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
I'm looking forward to see how this one is going to pan out, guys, as we do see both of our buddies running in towards the center. We do see that spinning slash, which is going to immediately be interrupted. The attempted strafe interrupted as well. Gavril really needs to stop going for those strafes. He just needs to roll. If he can get the roll in, look at that, the spinning slash interrupted again. Zokorin here, he's going to take some damage though from those runnings, which is kind of nasty as we do see the jumping R1 come through there. The Great Cat there goes for that. The spinning slash is going to interrupt that sword dance. You hate to see it as we do see now a reset into that neutral. Both sides now playing it out very, very slowly as that space out comes through, managing to force Gavril to have to reinitiate the fights here once more. Goes for that empty jump, is just going to be called out immediately. A who does that kind of press does come out as we see the spacing. Trying to get that ELDEN ring to really earn its namesake here is Gavril by the looks of things. He really needs to stop going for those spinning slashes, just get the press that he needs. He can interrupt most of what the Great Cat does as we see a jumping attack over the top, as we do see that force back out now into a longer neutral. Zokorin is quite low. We are seeing the lock-in in progress, the download if you will. As looking at this here, we do see Zokorin actually potentially even this one out, as we do see that whiffed running attack come out there, as we do see the crouch attack now following up into that good roll there from the side of Gavril. But it is 1100 HP in the favor of, it is actually evening out now. Both sides are now without their tier 800 to 700. The spinning slash in the corner, not a place you want to be as the pre-space out there, because he was expecting another press of his zone as the standing R1's there to just try and catch Zokorin. Even out this lead here for Gavril, because he does have it. He just managed to, by a hair's breadth, roll out that last attack, or likes to roll it out now. Once again, the jumps here are going to actually be pretty huge against the Great Katana, because unless Zokorin tries to go for dead angles or something, he's actually he's not going to get the anti-air, which could play puck here. But the jumping attacks on sheer, it's a very grounded setup, as we are going to see it now. That whiff punish coming out there, putting Zokorin into that blue feather range. Another running attack, tries to go for the backswing to finish it out. Another running attack into the backswing, and that is going to be Gavril taking
Nice.
Nice.
Gavril managed to win in the end.
Yeah, very, very close match there at the end. It was within, what, like 500 HP? That's very, very close. Very, very close. Alright.
Both of them are very good players.
I will still say though that it is very funny to me. It is absolutely hilarious to me that pretty much everything GCAT does is roll backstabbable. It's like super consistently on decent latency. It is hysterical. But either way, as we peer above the parapet and phase through it just a touch, we are going to see that immediate bit of pressure here from the side of Dimka in red. But Afraid is showing anything but fears. We are going to see them using everything to buff the crouch attacks here on the two-handed tree spear. And look at that, from Kilo there tries to land that, but Dimka on the tried and true setup that did very, very well yesterday, if not for Bron going demon mode. The rack main dagger. One more turn on the rack, ladies and gentlemen. This setup is really, really cool to me as we see this swap over to Akshima's mask, and he goes for the charge door too there, thinking that Afraid would live up to his namesake. But I just want to talk about this setup. It's so cool to me. So, and few people have said in the past, oh, look at that trade into the off dagger, into the L1, into the yet another one. What this setup is trying to do is to try and max out that bleed. You get the L1, you get R1 if they don't roll and try to mash into you to try and call out the dagger, and then you're just gone. You just give lep and you're out of there. It's a really cool setup, and I think that it is giga nasty, because look at that. The L1 comes out, covers, get that hyper armor into the bleed proc, and away you go. That's it. That's all it is. Mwah.
Good fight.
Chef's kiss on that one.
1 point goes to Dimka.
Yeah, Dimka takes the win. Afraid might have to be a little bit afraid of this, because I know when I see this in front of me in bracket, I'm pretty terrified. Very, very neat setup. I actually like I like this cook a lot. I've seen a few off-rack setups. I know that Raincoat has been rocking that Bloodhound. Sorry, not Bloodhound blade. The backhand blade with off-rack. I've seen another couple of them, people using other things. I've seen Thrusting Sword used a little bit, but definitely the one that stands out to me is the most interesting out of all of them, if not, perhaps not the strongest one, but definitely cool, is that main hand dagger. But I'm good to go. Let's see how this next round goes.
Good luck.
And we are going to see the drinks, and that immediate aggression here from the side of Dimka. He's just rearing to go. He wants to put on a good show for all the Souls buddies here. They do see that L1, R1, L1, R1 into it again, and he just rolls out then. And very, very good rolls coming out here on the side of Dimka. And just look at that damage difference here as well. It's 2600 all the way. I don't think Dimka's even taken any damage yet. It's the L1, R1, L1, R1. There's the first bit of damage into it.
Wow.
Damn, that was fast.
Yeah.
He did bleed in his head in a moment.
Yep, it's scary. I listen, and having that extra little bit of phantom range on the edge of that rack is just so scary. It's nasty. I've been thinking of some other cooks that people have kind of rocked around with, but I think that those are the two big ones that stand out to me. Obviously, you can have pretty much anything. A hand axe, even in the main hand, would probably do well. Just because you have that little bit of a backswing. A sheer one-handed as well could really do well. Rack his poison, the true combo, yeah, exactly. GCAT hit true combos into main hand. What's the slowest thing actually that true combos into it, lads? I'm actually curious. I don't know off the top of my head. Is it going to be the same as Gugs, like off-rack halberd? Would it be able to true combo, or is that going to be a super frame dependent thing? Because if memory serves, like one of the slowest things that can true combo off of the Gugs, it's everything up to a certain great weapons. Jesus. Alright, well, I'm more feared than I was before, as I'm sure afraid is quite right now, as we do see the shouts coming out now. To start off this match, as we do see that, but the R2 comes out to actually get the poise break here and say no to the shenanigans of Dimka, who's going to have to regather himself here, and that charged R2 comes out, the double strike, but Dimka's going to reset to this neutral. Going for that there, the empty jump comes through there from the side of Frayed, but look at that, the off dagger there, getting that nice little bit of bleed into that true combo, gets another one as well, and oh man, have I been there, as we're going to see that bleed proc come through, 1,000 damage to 1,400, Dimka finally regaining himself, Frayed coming out with that nice R2 tech, but unfortunately he's just going to sit there and tank it into the, just death. Oh
GG's.
Lord.
Wow.
An actual death touch. Oh my god. Now there you go. I told you this thing was cool. It's really, really neat. I like it a lot. Yep, good showing. Good showing of the setup once again, Dimka. Very good, nicely done, sir. Alright. Well, we do have both players in, Sammy versus Bagel with the heart. It's gonna be Halberd off warped. What is this dropout dragon tier setup versus the Halberd off regular hand axe? Alright, this should be interesting. The battle of the backswings by the looks of things. We do see a running attack right off the bat, and Bagel is going to take some damage in there, speaking of backswings, as we are going to see that, the rolling attack there into a bleed proc, and the sword dance managing to actually clip Sammy here, as Bagel is just taking an insane health. Bagel is just taking this insane health lead here. You know, the heart seems to, there's definitely heart in this fight, but the looks of things is 555 to 766 with tier, and both players without their tiers actually. What a scrap, as we see the two-handed commander standard come out here on the side of Sammy, who is going to be interrupted from neutral, and the sword dance comes through, getting that bleed proc once again, 200 to 400 HP. Jumping R1 comes through into the Reduvi, getting that extra bit of bleed, and we do, that's troubling, as we are going to, oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
GG.
I think, I'm not sure how you do things, so I'm gonna let yourself and YY and yourself take care of this one. Oh dear.
Yeah, look like we're missing or disconnected for a moment there, or missing frames.
Maybe let's reset the match.
It's up to you guys what you want to do.
What do you think? Yeah, I think we should reset the match.
Yeah, it was kind of unfair because he could not move really at that moment, apparently.
More than fair. Alright. We do a quick reset then. Awesome.
Yeah, they can say reset. It's okay.
Power stance, milady. How are you finding it? I find the moveset to be super interesting, YY.
Yes, the moveset is so beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
I will say that it's, I think I was talking to, I think it was Bevan recently, and we both, like, the animations are just really, really sick in them. And they're actually not far removed from how Zweihander and stuff like that would have been used historically, weirdly enough, as exaggerated as they are. But either way, to have both of our contestants in, we can gush about how cool some of the weapons are another time, as the bolt is out and the buddies are getting their drinks in, and it does seem as though we are staying on this axe. The axe off, if you will, between the warped axe here and of course the hatchet. Going for that standing R1 there. Oh, that we are seeing some frame drops here once again, as we do see Sammy taking out a little bit of damage, but that sword dance just answers it there. You hate to see it, as we are going to see these running attacks back and forth. Sammy here does have quite a large health deficit, with Bagel more or less 600 HP in the difference, and then the running attack is going to come through there into the sword dance. A dance to the death here, ladies and gents, as we are going to see now this reset into neutral. The trade comes through into the off axe there once more, and tries to go for that swing there. 498, 500 HP into 400, and slowly even actually landed the R2. Sammy, you legend. I love you so much right now, holy moly. But Bagel here is still in it. going for those running attacks left and right, as we are going to see Bagel go for that tries to catch now once more, but the empty jump and is going to hit from Kilo.
Wow.
And there we go.
GG.
Very nicely done. That is going to be Sammy taking the win. Very, very nicely done. Actually, I really like the sword dance here on the side of both of the players here. It's actually coming in really clutch. Sword dance is very, very cool. It's just able to get those catches, and it gives you that hyper armor that can really catch people you off. The R2, yeah, dare see that R2 is just insane. I've been trying. I tried so hard to make it work, but it just doesn't. Oh, the fists are out. Uh-oh. Bagel doesn't want to fall behind as we see the rune arc. Oh, and there we go. And we have both of them in their corners. YY, I'm at the ready.
Okay. Let's go.
Hells.
Good luck.
Let's go. Indeed, the buddies are reared to go here in the arena, as we do see the little physics come out there, but the Reduvi is actually going to get that build up. The fat roll here from the side of Bagel is not boding well. We do see that sword dance come through, getting the bleed proc there into another running attack, and the running attack lands again. Are we going to see the off-backs come out here, or is he a man from my own heart as another bleed proc comes through, and a standing R1 into the R2 is going to land. We do see that little wiggle there in neutrals. Reduvi is out there just to try and get that extra bit of damage, and it does into, and I was going to say a loading screen, but close enough. But Sammy takes another stock.
That was fast.
Sorry.
Alright.
My bad.
I don't know the players, unfortunately, so I can't really say one way or the other, but I'm super stoked for this next match, and I'm ready when you are. And kaboom, as the bows come out. Honourable. Very, very honourable here, as we are going to see the physic drunk here from the side of both of our players. Very, very respectful here, as Sammy is going to just give them time to actually get the physic out as the sword dance comes through. We do not see a bleed proc yet. Well, we do see an empty talisman swap, which is going to be rough here from the side of Bagel, who may have just messed up in their menus just a little bit. Into the R2 now once again. Trying to force back in now into the sword dance once more, and the back swing is not going to land here, unfortunately. We do see a reset to neutral here from Bagel, who's really cementing their lead as a running attack there, and the fist comes through. But I think what we need to see here is just a little bit more reactive play here from Sammy. He's kind of struggling to get his greasy little mitts in there and Starfist to his heart's content. But looking at that there, the bleed proc goes through, the panic rolls in there, try and get that into the trades, and no backswing there from the side of the warp axe once again. It is very, very lethal as the sword dance there from Kilo gets the interrupt, and that's going to be 130 HP to 900,
GG.
and that is all she wrote.
Good fight.
So you go.
Yeah, well done, guys.
Good job.
Well, I think the buddies put on a nice show there. I'm so glad we got this. The halberds. If you've been really enjoying your Milady, I have to say I still love halberds in these games. I've been using them since Dark Souls 1, all that time ago. It's really nice to see something like that R2 land. I absolutely adored it. Very, very nicely done. So GG's, you've definitely won the tourney in my heart there, Bagel. Really, really nicely done. Which buddy do you want to see win, YY?
Emburn, my friend.
Well, I guess we'll be shouting for emburn then. Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Go for it. Good luck.
Alright, there we go. We are going to see the physics drag and the shouts come out as emburn is just going to be just hit for a little bit of damage there right off the bat. She has been, she's used an awful lot of the Shamshire. I've seen her mess around with some of the off-rack setups as well, but she seems much more comfortable on a much more reliable meta. She's just trying to hit LadleLover. I believe both of these are NA East players, so the latency should be pretty okay as we're going to see the running attack come through there. Not quite going to be able to connect. Emburn, of course, going to be getting that re-greased. I think that's the way you'd say that. We'll go with it. As we are going to see now just that insane pressure here from Emburn managing to land that backswing. Oh, no, not Emburn, sorry. LadleLover, excuse me. I thought Ladle wasn't... Doesn't matter. as we do see now Emburn trying to reset herself as we see the swap back over the fist, tries to get that interrupt, but unfortunately the poison mist is actually going to hit Emburn there, as we do see that counter pressure ring through, but look at all that damage, and the Godskin Swaddling proc come through there as well, as we do see these empty jumps come out there into the, or tries to set up the R2, but is going to be interrupted. Emburn forced back out of the corner, but we do see that nice tasty amount of damage come through with the chip, but might be in a spot of bother here with that health, with that poison procced there as well, as we are going to see the grease come through here now once more. Looking at that there, we do see the screams ring out, Emburn managing to get a nice little bit of damage, evening this one out by a substantial margin, but close. The Divine Beast Stomp is going to get that interrupt there, that's huge, as we do see an attempted roll catch there from Ladle going for that backswing. Looking at that, Emburn is going to take another little bit of damage in that exchange, and that is going to be LadleLover, the lover of Dark Souls 2.
That's unfortunate.
As we see another Dark Souls 2 lover come in. Very nicely done.
Okay.
Alright.
Second round. Let's go.
And the buddies are back at it once again, as we do see the physics drag. The runarounds in neutral are go, ladies and gents. And looking at that there, we are going to see just Ladle trying to force a mistake here really out of Emburn is really what they're trying to do. And Emburn is going to be looking at the overextensions here from Ladle, as we do see that consumable use, which is actually going to connect to just the corner there of Emburn's spacing. She goes for a running attack, but unfortunately Ladle is right back in there trying to get a bit of pressure. Hasn't been hit yet, goes for a jumping attack. Emburn is playing very, very safely, which is definitely risky, because if you play too carefully on fists, I find, and you don't play close enough to the other person's spacing, you can actually get, you're just going to get slowly chipped away. As we do see that there, Emburn getting a nice tasty amount of damage there. Divine Beast Stomp there coming back in, and the back swing in the wall pressure from the side of Ladle, who's cementing their lead slowly but surely, as the Divine Beast Stomp is going to be charged up and Emburn clipped once again. Maybe the FPS tanking strat is coming in clutch here, as we are going to see Ladle manage to connect just a standing R1 there into another running R1. Looking at this here as well, we are going to see Emburn slowly but surely chipped away as more damage is going to be taken. Looking at both of our players here, we do see a jump attack come through there, but unfortunately Emburn's counter pressure doesn't ring true here either, as we do see the poison mist up here just to try and get that extra little bit of pressure. The swap over to Mushroom Head is going to be huge in this one, absolutely huge, as we do see a reset there once again. They did think about going for that, but unfortunately that tier is going to be the worst possible time to go for it. Oh, excuse me, as we do see now Emburn in a bad spot of bother here. Looking at that there, a very large health deficit. I believe she still has tears, so it's not quite over yet. As I say that, it is now gone. Caster's Curse in full swing here. As you see the poison pot there, it is going to land, and that is going to be Emburn poisoned, which is again going to boost the damage now of LadleLover on account of having that Mushroom Crown. Trades come through, and that is going to be LadleLover taking once again around.
Good setup with the poison.
Yep. The poison mist, of course, does make up for the lack of poison grease. I'm not sure what's the rule. What ruling do you guys have on the two-handed poison, the bundle glitch for AR? Because if you two-hand weapons in your offhand, it apparently has some weird effect on the. It does affect your damage values, and I'm curious as to is that legal under your rule set or?
I'm not sure really.
Oh, it's only with it's only poison grease. Gotcha. I'm sorry, I done goofed. Well, thanks for letting me know, lads. As we are going to see now, both players now looking for anything to get an extra bit of damage here. As the running attacks are good with. As we do see now the Frost Stomp come through. The Divine Beast Stomp comes through there. Emburn isn't going to be clipped by that one. So she has kind of figured out the spacing that she needs to go, the jumps that she needs to go there. But looking at this here, you're going to see the lightning come through here once more on the side of both our players. Emburn going to be knocked aside there in her attempts to aggress, but here she's right back in again as she does reset to that long neutral. We'll see this from Emburn an awful lot. It is the thing she likes to do, where she'll aggress and then immediately scamper way back under the fridge once more, and then reset then for another bit of aggression on the attempt to counter pressure. That is a nice habit of hers, as she is going to roll through that bit of panic rolling, but she does manage to regain her composure once more, as we are going to see now Ladle here try to go for that extra little bit of damage, going for these running attacks, trying to catch Emburn, spacing off. We do see the waggle there to try and force back this. You'd swear this was Dark Souls 3, but with the waggles, but we do see Emburn swatted aside now once more. She does try to go for that little bit of aggression. And the harpoon, there she blows, folks, as the harpoon does ring out, and now Emburn is going to be trying to force in that counter pressure again. The gravity fans are out, but not going to be clipped by it. Looking at this here, we are going to see Emburn reset down to that far neutral, as she is liable to do. The mushroom crown on there to try and get an extra bit of poison, not going for that poison grease. The poison mist. The pist, if you will, as Darcy has quite eloquently pointed out, going for that now. We do see the running attacks ring true. That's going to be an extra damage boost now to Ladle Lover with the mushroom crown, as we do see now these volcano pots, but it's not going to matter, as that is going to be that.
Goodbye.
GG. Very, very nicely done. I think the buddies put on quite a hell of a show for us there. Why? What did you reckon of that fight?
I think Emburn played very well, and unfortunately she lose.
Unfortunate, but that is just the way of it, and Ladle moves on into the next round. And now this is going to be a match, this upcoming one, as we mourn Emburn not making it further into the bracket. It's Frosty first. Frosty? Of course Frosty is on the side. Of course. Raincoat is a cat buddy, says Atlas. Can we have confirmation? Or is Frosty the real buddy that we're all here for? It will remain to be seen as the bolt is out. It's going to be a Raincoat on the signature off-rack main backhand blade, which is of course huge and a very difficult thing to say. I hate it. But we are going to see Frosty here going for that initiation, tries to go for that, but unfortunately the two-handed rack is going to come out there, tries to catch Frosty. Frosty recognizing quite nicely that airs are going to be very strong in this matchup. Not so much against the off-rack, but as soon as the two-handed comes out there and the backhand blade running attack comes through, hitting Frosty for an awful lot of damage, the rack is going to come through, and those airs that I talked about earlier are going to be really key in this here. But look at that, the rack actually managing to get that in the back swing. Oh my lord. Absolutely phenomenal, as we are going to see now stuck in the corner here, but managing to get a backswing again. The second R1 comes through. Frosty thinks he is in a dominating position, but unfortunately it's going to be one more turn on the rack, as that is going to be the tier gone for Frosty. Frosty's going to have to look for a tier skip option here, wait for that poison to just slowly build up, as we are going to see Raincoat stuck in the corner. He actually manages to get that out, rolls into the side, but it still doesn't manage to land in true side fashion, as Frosty is now dangerously low here. Raincoat switching back over to that, going for a running attack there in the backhand blade. It is going to hit, and we do see the L1 come out there into this back turned away L1, and goes for that nice bit of pressure from neutral. We do see that reset here. Very patient plays coming out here from the side of Frosty. Look at that, and the L1 comes through there. 133 damage to 845, but that bleed is going to be quite high on the side of Raincoat here. And look at that, the backhand blade, giving him a backhand slap. Very nicely done, folks. Very, very nicely done.
Exciting match.
Looking at that crazy amount of damage definitely interested me there. Like the backhand blade, even one-handed, just does so much freaking damage. That thing is what we call in the business obscene. But a very good showing there on the side front. He is flying.
Frosty is stuck or something?
No, he's he's rested at the wrong grace before the tournament, so he's currently in the wrong area. He needs to just teleport back to Dueling Square, which he should be there in a moment.
I see.
So just as a heads up to players, what might actually make this a little bit easier is if you guys rest at the grace before this. I'm not sure if it's a bug with Seamless or not. but I would advise resting at the grace beforehand, so you immediately go to where you need to go, unless there is some bugs at hand. I think that would be a pretty good idea. As we see the swap up, what is Frosty using right now? Milady, twin blade.
Milady, wow.
I know he's your buddy's out here trying to impress you by the looks of things. Why? As we are going to see this, it is going to be. Is that like we'll find out in a second whenever he presses the button. As we are going to see now, Frosty going for. No, it's an off stock. Okay, I'm sorry, I got you all excited for nothing. As we are going to see now the twin blade going here. The hyper armor here on the side of the off rack is actually going to be pretty detrimental to this. As we do see finally see the interrupt with the spinning slash comes through there. The bleed proc. The arcane build here on the side of Frosty is doing some serious work, and look at that. Twin blades just do an insane amount of damage, but Frosty is taking an awful lot himself. As we do see that running attack. That reset to neutral there as the off rack is going to be pretty prime in this, but Frosty has to wait for just the right moment. As we do see the weed whacker come out there, but it's not quite going to be able to hit on Fork Bestie. Certified on Fork Bestie moment, as we do see these empty jumps coming out here into the backhand blade there, and look at that, the L1 R1, and that's going to be Raincoat taking another stock. This entire tournament has been nothing but like really weird upsets. I'm actually super excited for this. This is really cool to watch. Very, very nicely done on setting up these brackets here. You've put us in for entertaining matches to no end. But yes, the rack just does so much work. It's absolutely insane.
Go for it,
Yeah.
Frosty.
Well, you do have one of your buddies shouting you on here from the sidelines, Frosty, so I think it's time to lock in and really figure out this next match out. But Raincoat's sitting pretty here with the 2-0 lead, so I'm super stoked to see it. What do you think Frosty should do, YY? I'm actually curious. In your opinion, versus a setup like that can just say, no, this is my space. What does he need to do? Is it just outplay it a little bit more, or can he approach it in a different way? I'm super curious.
I don't know. I can't give PvP advice.
Well, cost him, YY. You have to be careful now. It's not looking good here for Frosty, as it is gonna be 2-0. Good luck to all of the buddies indeed, as we're going to see that poison is the Wakizashi. Oh. I don't know if this is the Wakizashi or if this is the... I know what this is. This is a fun. I've been messing around with this with something similar a little bit. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's exactly the setup. The Beast Claw into the R1 cancel is absolutely hysterical, and this might actually be a great way to slowly but surely chip Raincoat down, as we are going to see that insane amount of build up there on status on the arcane build of Frosty. And there we go, the backhand blade does try to swat Frosty aside, and looking at that there, you see insane damage differential here, as we are going to see the buff Beast Claw there trying to make some means of getting in close. Looking at this here, we are going to see that, look at that, what the off-back is actually, but the Weed Cutter does come out here, and we are going to see that reset there of the Poison Mist, just to give him a little bit of a reprieve as well. Raincoat not quite wanting to walk into it, keep that poison build up nice and low. Frosty here not electing for the poison tally, just electing to kind of chill as that backspin comes through. And look at that, the Beast Claw there into the tier proc. The L1 R1 is just absolutely nuts on this. Frosty trying desperately here to get the spacing right. There is a spacing for it, but it's going to be quite difficult to figure out. There you go, getting a nice little bit of chip there on the side of Raincoat. Raincoat just waiting for Frosty to overextend into his spacing, and look at that, the running attack that takes him 15 kilometers westward as the Weed Cutter comes out there once more trying to get that catch. But Raincoat could just sit pretty here as he sits back up now with the backhand blade and the off rack. The off rack there is going to go stray, but here we go, we do see the cancel trying to hit that there, but look at that backswing that comes out here on the side of Raincoat. Raincoat looking for these opportunities here. He's going to have to play very heavily off the backhand blade. Look at that trade that comes through, 150 into 3 HP, and an absolute dream, as Raincoat just needs to get one little extra little bit of chip damage, and there it shall be. Raincoat moving on into the next.
Nice.
Goodbye.
You see why your two favorites lost? Bron and Frosty were defeated.
They
What do you
were.
think about that?
It's
I think that YY has cursed anyone she's shouted out for so far. With the looks of things. I'm worried now that if I get too friendly with YY, I'll never get past round 1 again. That's my current concern here in this bracket. But no, I know this has been nothing but a tournament of upsets, though. This is crazy. We have Mag gone. We have the only one that's like I would have considered a favorite in the matchup so far has been Dimka, and Dimka's moved on through. LadleLover, of course, doing really well as well. But everyone else, like Bron, not quite able to make it in that first round. Frosty here and now.
Yeah.
Eli, you know. Mag as well. This is turning out to be an absolute crazy tournament. Absolutely crazy tournament. Both the players are in.
Okay.
Let's crack on with this first match.
Go. Good luck.
Let's see what our buddies have on offer for us today, as we are going to see the Twin Blade out on the side of Gavril versus the Fist of Fury on the side of Atlas. He's spent an awful lot of time holding the world up, so those fists are going to be pretty strong, as we are going to see these R2s come out here, and just the trading of damage here left and right is absolutely terrifying. Both sides playing this mash. This absolute mash match. And can we have a whiff punish restored in chat real quick, as we do see the jumping attack ring true there from the side of Atlas here, and another one comes through there, not quite able to make an opportunity there to come out, as we are going to see another running attack towards back now, and again right that beautiful spinning slash there, but Atlas is not done yet. That R2 rings true, but it's going to get that nice little bit of Godskin swaddling proc HP back, which is of course a very difficult thing to say very fast, so we won't be doing that. As we do see now, these empty jumps here forcing pressure here on Gavril, as another little bit of chip damage is going to come through, as we are going to see just those trades ring through once again. 200 HP to 108, jumping R1 comes through here, as we are going to see Atlas now playing a little bit more carefully. Just one straight hit here could end it, as we see both players, by the looks of things, on that pretty much identical here, but getting that extra little bit of resistances here, of course, is going to be Gavril with that Dragon Crest. Again, defenses are multiplicative, so that blue and the Dragon Crest are going to basically just multiply the defense values here, as we're going to see a trade come through. 81 HP to 19 as the daggers are out. There are daggers in men's smiles, as we are going to see Gavril here have to play it very, very careful, not wanting to get clipped by a dagger there from afar. But we do see here the running attack comes through into a little bit of mash, into a little bit of chip. No chip rings through there. It's going to be rolled, but unfortunately that one won't be in Gavril. Just about with 19 HP takes that round.
Wow. GG's. Wow. Very
very
close match.
It really is YY down to the wire there on that one. I'm super curious to see what changes we'll see here from Atlas. Perhaps he's regretting that mash, which, you know, it is very tempting to do on fists. You think, man, these things do damage, right? I'm just gonna bash my forehead against that R1 button and see what happens. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out so well against the absolute insane damage of the Twin Blades. Alright. Should we just wait for our players to get into their respective corners? Another best of 5 here by the looks of things. And just to clarify, YY, it is going to be best of 5 all the way until finals, and then best of 9, right?
Yes. Second round. Good luck.
Ready to go. Bolt is out. The players are now going to get ready. Looking at this here, we do see the Twin Blades back out with that lightning grease here, which of course, the Dragon Bolt grease, excuse me, as we are going to see now Atlas decided to go for those R2s as he forces a trade here once more, and that's going to be a very slight health advantage in the favour of Gavril, and by very slight I mean for Fist it's basically neck to neck on neck, as those R2s are going to ring out. Tries another one, it's not going to work. Even though he was stuck up against the wall, it's not going to matter quite so much as the twin blades can go for a running attack. Nice amount of damage there, but still both players are within 100 HP pretty much of each other. That is going to be the tier gone, and the Godskin Swaddling Proc bringing Atlas about on par. A little bit of difference here is that it's going to be 512 HP, possibly going to be setting up for a tier skip. Here is the side of Atlas, but he's taken an awful lot of damage in that Godskin Swaddling Plot. A Swaddling Clot is going to take... Oh my god, the trade comes through, and that's going to be Gavril taking another one. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Trying to set up for a tier skip, but for like crazy amount of damage there to just get Gavril out, but just wasn't quite able to do it. You hate to see it. Yeah, RR1s for days by the looks of things, but a good fight. Very, very good fight. So that is going to be 2-0 in the favour of Gavril. Atlas just shy. You hate to see it. Right. Can you both hear me okay?
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay, all's good. Sorry, you've gone very, very quiet there for a second. I thought I disconnected or something. My apologies.
Sorry.
We're all good.
I was in
You're okay.
I was eating something, sorry.
No, you're okay. All is right as we are going to see these running attacks ring true here on the side of Gavril, but look at those the Fist Fury themselves here, and a very nice health advantage there in the favour of Atlas, and Atlas just needs to set up for those R2s, as we do see a running attack ring true here, as well as looking at this here, some nice little neutral dukes and jumps, just to try and find some ways. Just look at that, the R2 comes out again, but unfortunately it is going to be Atlas taking an awful lot of damage here, but keep in mind that he's just going to go for those R2s. He can just trade into them. Any running attack here that Gavril is going to try and go for is just going to be called out with those, and which is going to be huge. As we see another little bit of chip damage, goes for a jumping attack. Could have gone for an R2 there, but thought against it, as we are going to see now these rolls comes out, clips just a little bit on the side of Atlas there by that spin slash, and look at that spacing is really, really nice, but the crouch attack is going to ring true on the side of Gavril. Both sides now without their tier, and the crouch attack comes through into a nice little bit of a mash here from the side of Atlas. Gavril has actually taken the lead here, but look at that, the R2 evening it out to within 100 HP again. My god, fists are insane, as we are going to see now. Looking at that, Gavril just needs to get one more hit here. Look at that, poise chip is now on the score, which means the full thing is going to come out. The fists are out, but that's going to be it. Gavril takes the round once more, and that is going to be Atlas the Blue being blue after being knocked out of this tourney.
Good fight.
Nice. Very nice. The buddies putting on a good show once more, YY. So the trick is, YY, if you say it like a pirate, Ladle. There you have it.
Okay, good luck. Let's go.
I'm super excited to see how this one is going to go. Bagel has a very unorthodox setup, and I actually really like it. I'm always have a soft spot for weird halberd cooks. And again, my friend, the Dropout Dragon, has used the off-axe an awful lot all the way through the tournaments. And it's... not in tournaments, sorry, but just in an awful lot of the FCs and stuff like that, and has had some great success in the past. And now with axes a little bit buffed, it might actually help a small bit, but we see that their Ladle is just taking an awful lot of damage as Jump R2 comes through into the backswings. These backswings are absolutely brutal, as it's going to be a run attack that comes through there, dealing so much damage. But the Reduvia there to try and get the bleed, but it's not going to be enough. And the Ladle Lover, the DS2 fan, is going to take that round.
It is fast.
Yeah, it's a really quick matches here, but Shamshir, when the other person isn't quite prepared for the amount of like aggro, the I'm angry at you grr, it can definitely catch people really badly. Shamshiring hard, says Sifra. I agree 100%. It's a lot of damage, my friend. A lot of damage. Yeah, looking at this here, we do have both of our players back in. The swap over to the Grey Katana from Bagel with a heart. I'm ready to go, YY.
I like the bow.
Let's go, buddies, as we are going to see now just a poison mist come out there, and we are going to see now Ladle going in for that next conversion, goes for a turn away. And there we have it, the standing R1 comes out there from the side of Bagel, which is unfortunately not able to do it, but Ladle is going to take an awful lot of damage there, as I do believe that was a standing R2 with a little bit of a feint? Oh, but that interrupt trying to get those punishes there, Ladle is just going to absolute town here, as we do see that bleed proc, probably dangerously close. We see these walkaways here, good roll out there from the side of Ladle, who's just going to keep going ham on those R1s there from the Shamshir, but the Grey Katana here is coming in clutch here, as it is getting those interrupts, getting some nice damage on the board. The Divine Beast Stomp there is actually going to catch Bagel, and hearts just not have been stopped, as we do see Bagel heading off into the loading screen. GG's for LadleLover. Ladle. Now it's my turn to have problems, YY, it seems. LadleLover is going to take that stock, and a GG's, very good showing there, really highlighting how strong the Shamshir truly is. But yeah, GG's.
GG's.
Actually, YY, oh no, they seem to have fixed the problem. This Ladle. I might send you the recent version of the tourney app that I got for the next tourney you do. I'm not sure if Halvard's sent you the other one, but some of the issues with like weird icons showing up, I think that fixes it. So either way, I can send you that again, just so you know.
Thank you, buddy.
No problem. Alright, let's go with the next round.
Let's go.
And away we go. Drinks are had. The buddies are getting ready, as it does seem as though determination is on the menu here from the side of Bagel. I believe that's legal, as we are going to see now Bagel here getting hit with a nice bit of damage. The standing R1's there just to try and catch as a running attack comes through, but there's no trade here, as we do see the rollouts coming out here on the side of Ladle, and the backstep into the run R1. The backstep R1 is actually kind of neat tech that we don't see used all that often, so I'm kind of super excited to see how it's going to be used in this tourney, as the attempt to punish there is going to come through, but the off dag is going to clip Bagel. The difference is here, as we do see the bleed bolus being used here, and once more the determination and the poison is on the menu into that trade there on it once again. Determination is banned. Interesting. Well, we'll let it play out either way, depending on what players want to do here. As we do see the swap back over, we are going to see the off axe come through, getting a tasty amount of damage there. The bleed is going to ring through here, as well as we are going to see the standing R1 the trade off comes through into the sword dance, and their running attack comes through, but the ending is going to hit there, and that is going to be the tier gone now for Bagel. Jumping R1 come out there is going to get that tier proc there, as the jumping attack comes through. The off dagger is doing a really solid. As it comes through there, the bleed is going to come through, but there it is, the sword dance into the quick bow. Very nice showing there from the side of LadleLover, who takes the stock. Might be worth reminding everyone, I'm hearing here that determination is banned on the rule set, so it just might be worth letting everyone know that it is in fact banned for next time. So that might be a good idea.
So did Ladle use the banned weapon?
Yes, but he lose anyway, so I think it's okay. We can continue.
Yeah, we can continue on.
Oh, okay.
We have our players in.
Okay.
Well, look at the fashion. Who's your favorite fashion here?
I like Raincoat.
Neither of them? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Don't you like the pothead?
No. Not
Okay.
beautiful.
Unfortunate here. The contestants are going to riot after hearing that one, I think, YY. But either way, we are going to see both of our players setting up here. Trying to make magic happen twice here is the side of Lithium, going for the fists into the off-rack setups, which goes very, very strong. And looking at this here, we are going to see just these empty jumps coming out through. And that backhand blade is just doing crazy work here. And look at that, tries to set up for the one, another one. Raincoat has taken a lot of damage here so far. A lot of damage here now, as we are going to see now. Lithium doing a decent job there, goes for an L1 there, but unfortunately Lithium says no, I'm not going to walk into it. Nice, into that trade there once again. Lithium doing a really solid job. Empty jump there, goes to the Weed Whacker. The Weed Whacker is going to connect for an insane amount of damage, evening this one out by a fairly substantial margin. As the Weed Whacker comes out again, it's not quite going to be able to connect, as we see this swap back over to the off hand for the rack now once again, but stuck in the corner. Can't afford to take a trade into the backhand blade, goes for a roll out there, expecting some counter pressure. What are we going to see here? The run R1s are going to ring true. Here goes for a run attack. Is able to connect with the last one into that R2, into a mash. Wow. But unfortunately 16 HP. Raincoat was so close to taking that first round. That's insane. What the hell?
That was very good.
Exciting match. Both
players
are super skillful.
They really are, and they're doing an awful lot of damage to each other. Those numbers are absolutely off the charts. Holy moly. But I can't wait to see this next match. These could go either way.
Okay, second round. Good luck.
Hell yeah. Let's see what the buddies have on offer for us today, YY. As we are going to see the fists versus the backhand blade, offhand rack, into the two-handed rack, and into the Weed Whacker. They're getting no damage, but building up that bleed slowly but surely. And now looking at it here, the running attack comes through there as an R2 goes through there once more. The off rack doing a phenomenal job here of just keeping the pace of the fight exactly where Raincoat wants it, into the backhand blade. They're getting a backswing there, but unfortunately the R1s go burr. And as we're seeing here, the side of Raincoat, who's going to have to play this very safe into those R2s. Look at that, another one. He actually manages to land the backstab. What the hell? Into a quick bow there to try and force something there out of the side of Lithium, who is taking a lot of damage himself as the blink bolt comes out there. Good roll out there on the side of Raincoat here, who's just going for that crazy damage. Into the blink bolt again. Owie. Owie. Wow. That was a lot of damage there. Those R2s won that match. Holy moly. What the heck? What the actual heck is going on? Yeah, Raincoat just cannot afford to trade with those R2s. Literally cannot afford to take them. It just does not do it. It's you gotta play it much more patient. You have to play on the edge of your range, look for those punishes, but those R2s land, it's going to be a world of hurt for you, as we've seen there. Like, all Lithium has to do is just chill with the R2s. That's all he has to do. But either way, I'm ready, YY.
Okay, let's go.
The buddies back at it again here. Lithium with a 2-0 lead against Raincoat with the blink bolt right in, no messing. We're not going to see it as the L1, R1 comes through. I think that might have not connected there. I'm not really sure. That was very strange. As we are now going to see backhand blade there, chilling there in a long neutral here, looking to play again on the edge of his range, stuck in the corner, goes for a running attack. He's going to be hit there once more, as we do see the Weed Whacker come out there, but back onto that off rack now once more, as we are going to see that the L1, R1. Look at that, decides to roll out, has figured out the error of his ways as the backswing there on the rack's chassis is not going to be able to connect. We are going to see now this lightning grease being poured back on here by the side of Lithium. Just to play it very careful, but look at that, the run attack actually rings through. Good roll out there on the side of Raincoat, who realizes he just can't afford to do it, he has to roll out here, but he's taken a lot of damage himself. Both sides neck and neck, which is not a place you want to be against fists. The backswing rings true there once more. Raincoat is very, very low, but he still has his tier. We are within tier skip range, though. If he's not careful, he tries to go for that bit of spam. Raincoat has had his tier procced now at last. A life advantage of about 200 HP, but that is slowly but surely changing, as we are going to see now the slow regen here on the side of Lithium. But look at that there, their jumping attack there has taken it very much now in the favor of Lithium, who's going to be going for that pressure. It is going to be NA versus EU. Those roll catches though are going to be quite difficult with the lingering hyper armor there as the trade comes through. 439 into a loading screen.
Good fight.
You hate to see it. Lithium takes the round. Raincoat back out in the cold once more.
Very big.
Now, what do you think of the pothead? Why?
It does damage the armor. He wins.
But he won. Pothead won.
It doesn't prove that he has good fashion sense. He has good PvP skill, but yeah, maybe he.
That's just shocking. Priorities all wrong, I reckon. But
Good skills, bad fashion? That's what you're saying?
Thank the players for their patience in figuring it out more so than me.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck everyone, and let's see what our buddies have on offer today, as we are going to see Lain here staying on that thrusting sword, which is, I would say, pretty strong here. Obviously, the off dagger here can not whiff punish it per se, but can actually catch it out there, as we are going to see that run R2 connect. Good spacing here comes out on the side of Lain, which is very, very nice. It's more or less what you have to do, but the tally swaps next to immediately there on the side of dimka are going to be very, very important, as we do see the rollout there. Not really worrying too much about the off rack or trying to space it, just recognizing that he does need to roll it as a running attack. There is a means of trying to punish it, but there you have it. That's going to be the off rack's range, deceptive as it is, actually coming in clutch, as that overextension from dimka is just going to be swatted aside by the R1s there on the side of Lain, who is going to space out that off that goes for a running attack. It is going to hit it and goes for it again, managing to get that interrupt. Look at that, the thrusting sword just going absolutely ham here. dimka not really able to get his grubby little mitts in on Lain at all, as the thrusting sword just says no sir. Lain does have to be careful. I'm not sure of the interaction on the rolling attack. It's been a hot minute since I fought this setup on the side of dimka, but look at that there. Bleed build-up is going to be very, very high. This could even out in a second, as we do see there the roll catch come through, and look at that, one after the other, as dimka is just going to go to town with this off bleed, and there you have it. You have to be careful of that bleed bar. If you are not, you are going to be put away, and GG's to dimka.
GG's.
Yep, very, very nasty. Very, very nasty indeed. And it does seem...
was dimka who won, right?
Yes, it was dimka who won.
Oh, so sorry.
dimka took the win. Despite the very, very good... Despite the very, very good lead that Lain had, that bleed proc, once dimka realized that he could just aggress so freely and that Lain was trying to move away, it was just all over. But either way, our buddies are back in the arena. Let's go.
Round 2. Good luck.
Cool. As the boat is out. And the drinks are drank. And the buddies are throwing knives at each other. Not very buddy-like if you ask me, but here we have it. We are going to see just this little bit of pressure here as the running attack comes through. Not quite able to make it there, unfortunately, as they are going to see Lain space that out there. Get a nice hit there, but he is going to be in for a world of hurt, as that rolling attack does actually manage to force dimka back as a running attack rings true here. I don't believe it got any damage on the board, but look at that, the TS just is in such control here of this fight so far. Didn't elect to go for a whiff punish there on the dagger 1 attack. And Lain, when he's given his opportunities, the trade comes through, runs back, but unfortunately the dagger and the pressure that dimka is able to put out on it there is actually able to get the bestial roar there on that punish. and Dimka is pretty much even Steven on this one. But look at that stray running attack there. We have to see much more reserve play coming out here on the side of lane, because every whiff he does, he's opening himself up for those dagger hits to come through. And of course, even ladder players themselves are able to count to 2 here, as that does seem to be the poise break, although it looks to me like lane has seen the error of his ways and elected to go for the bull goats to make sure that he's actually going to be in a position to get that, but it's not going to matter as the roll catch comes through, and that's going to be all she wrote.
Wow.
Dimka 2, lane 0.
Good fight.
Really good fight. Yeah, both players are doing absolutely amazing here. Like, Lane's just making very, very small mistakes that he's been punished for, but he is doing a really, really solid job. So, you know, more power to him. GG's. GG's. Alright.
Okay.
Both players are in. I'm ready.
Go. Round 3.
Buddies are off, as it looks like, as we are going to see now both players just chilling here. The Beast Roar comes out there just to try and catch lane off guard, which makes perfect sense, as we are going to see these rolls come out there. Nice little bit of pressure there. Is going to be swatted aside as they're forced back in again as the trade comes through on that particular Ash of War, the Bestial Roar even. And Dimka is just straying a little bit too close, but that unlock roll away is going to force that, as we see lane here. If he keeps that spacing and doesn't go for those running attacks, he has pretty much every chance here to just crucify the Dimka on any approach here. He just needs to play it patient and realize that he can't afford really to go for those trades, especially with that status build up. Because having an unreactable with the insane amount of bleed that it does have is going to be really, really nasty as that impaling thrust comes through. Not really what I would recommend. Again, I think that another Ash of War is going to be much more useful here. And look at those running attacks punished here. Lane getting very impatient as we do see that counter pressure come through. Dimka is still behind, but they were about a bleed proc away from Dimka taking the lead, which is going to be very, very close here. Lane has to realize that bleed is real, as we do see the run R2. And he does reset into neutral after that hit, expecting some shenanigans from the side of Dimka as another running attack comes through, but our buddy is ready and waiting for that whiff, as we are going to see the R1's good rollout there comes out on the side of lane, and we see once more the dagger hits just shy, as lane is just cementing this lead, as we do see that, but the off rack there is going to try and punish the mash attempt on the side of lane, which is, even though you're at the corner, sometimes just a shoot and scoot is a much better option, as they have the off rack now is going to go to town. Lane is doing a really solid job here of keeping up that counter pressure, but he just has to be careful. Look at that, he's overextended once again, but Dimka luckily enough wasn't in a position to get any more, as we do see these staggered R1s going for another running attack, not going to be punished on the side of Dimka. 327 to 1100 HP, and lane has a tier. Can we see Dimka try and stall this one out, as we are going to see now lane sticking to his lane, playing that very slow game. He cannot go for these mashes. If he does, it could be all Jover, because again, remember that bleed build up could even this out substantially, making this a close game, which lane doesn't want to be in. And once Dimka gets that bleed proc and snowballs off of it, he's in a world of hurt, as we are going to see. There we go, the mash comes through there into the trade.
Nice.
Didn't even trade, got the interrupt, as lane takes the stock off of Dimka.
GG's. Good fight.
Alright, well, we do have this lane 1, Dimka 2, YY, I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Hells yeah. Alright, well, the daggers are out here from neutral. Lane is going to try his best to try and get this. Oh my god. The bear. We're bear moding here, ladies and gentlemen, as we do see the bear claws are out here on the side of Dimka. And I'm going to be completely honest with y'all, I have no idea what those things do. I can't make head nor tail of that moveset. It's so silly. But we are going to see just that little pivot there in neutral, as looking at that there, just the amount of forward momentum that those things have is absolutely insane, as it does seem as though lane has taken a lot of damage. Both sides are relatively even though, as lane is going to roll out there, focusing mostly on the punching too late on that, as here, just go to town, as we are going to see that interrupt tries to keep off that pressure, but the bear claws say no. the bare necessities laid bare in front of all of us. I'm so sorry, I'll never make those jokes again, as we are going to see Lain here reset himself. We do see the bleed proc here decides to roll out now once again. No, it's a beast. It's a savage claws. Thank you for the correction there. As we do see now, the running attack ringing true here, not quite able to make that connection, and the rollouts come through here. Another follow up there with the claws now once more. We do see it, and that is going to be an interrupt. Lane is quite low, and the claws are out once again, and he walks into a rack. You hate to see it. And a GG to both.
Wow. Very good fight.
Excellent fight, I think.
Or maybe this just started?
Yeah, we can just start and then we'll crack on as we peer over the parapet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just start. And he should answer in between rounds. So that is going to be the bolt out, and that is going to be the roars coming out here on the side of Dimka, getting a nice bit of pressure. Gavril here rolling out now, going for that fist. Fist into this have been proven to be quite effective, especially by Bron yesterday, but it does seem as though we're going to have to see some very careful plays here from the side of Gavril, and that's going to matter an awful lot. The matchup experience is going to be huge. And looking at this here, we're going to see the empty jump attacks come through there. The R2's into a follow-up R2. And there we go, another L1 comes through there once more, as we are going to see that R2 come out there. And look at that, the fists evening this out like immediately. It's kind of huge, but now we look at it here. Dimka going for that L1, R1, L1, R1, L1, and then into that's going to be Dimka taking another stock. Nicely done. Very, again, just highlighting how strong this build is. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Really good stuff. GG's to both. The buddies are putting on one hell of a show for us here.
Good fight.
Alright, now both of them are in.
Second round. Let's go. Good luck.
Hells yeah, good luck everyone. As we are going to see now, both of the players looking for an opportunity to get in. A running attack comes through, but there you see it there, just that range of the Raksasha just going absolute ham there, as we see Gavril here stuck. The charge R2 comes out expecting a roll in, which would have been risky but definitely doable, as we are going to see Dimka turn away there, not really wanting it, but he does eat an awful lot of damage there. He's in a bit of a spot of bother if he does that again, and we can see that there to go 1-2. And there you go, the bleed proc is going to be very close if it hasn't already happened. I wasn't quite able to see. I was looking at that, there we go. That's a lot of damage here, and Gavril just says, no, I'm going to keep up this aggression. I need to not care, and there we go, the L1, R1, and there we go, 44 HP versus an unreactable, and possibly bleed proc, as we are going to see that with punish attempt there, into it again, and that's going to be Dimka taking another round.
That is so fast.
Nasty stuff. I don't feel quite so bad losing in bracket against Dimka now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. GG's.
GG. Actually, we're gonna host PS3 tournament.
Oh.
I think Dimka will join, and I don't know, maybe he will dominate our DS3 tournament again. Who knows?
He's a damn fine player for DS3, I will say that. A very good curve sword main, so it would be nice to see him play again. It has been a hot minute, but either way, hero of the parapet. Excuse me, as we are going to see now. This swap over, no swaps actually at all. We're going to see Gavril commit to the fists, as we're going to see that running attack ring through, goes for it once more. The off rack here doing an absolutely exceptional job of not really just the threat of it consistently there, forcing Gavril into a position where he just has to be careful, and that L1 tries to catch into that R1, didn't turn away this time, does elect instead to kind of Shield back in neutral as we do see the talisman swaps come out here from Dimka. A nice life advantage, but look at that there, the L1, R1, L1. Actually, a follow-up R1 came out there, as we are going to see now both players now. We see the run out there come out here from the side of Dimka, who just wants to be a little bit more careful with forcing back in a bit of pressure. There is the side of Gavril, who you see it there. He's taken a lot of damage from that exchange. Dimka electing to roll instead of going for a punish there and that backstab grab, which is definitely nice. Very, very clever plays, but it's going to be nice for Gavril, as that would have been an tasty amount of damage on the board now once again. You see that L1, R1, there you go, the bleed proc comes through, 400 HP on the board versus the 554. Running attack come through there just to try and mix it up just a little bit. 180 HP on the board. Oof. Nasty. Nasty, nasty stuff. Dagger comes through, getting a nice bit of damage now once more. And another, and there you go, the whiff punish comes through.
Wow, good fight.
Very nicely stuff.
Inca is going very strong in this tournament.
Yeah.
True.
It's going to be an uphill battle. Obviously, Bron yesterday gave us a masterclass on how to approach the off-rack using fists, but unfortunately it doesn't seem as though Gavril was quite up to the task there. Played very, very aggressively, which he needed to play an awful lot more patient, wait for the whiffs and then come in and do the damage. That's really what he needed to do and play off of that, but yeah, there you go. So true, Bron. So true. Real and true. I think the real tech, Bron, is to ban anything that I don't like, or I lose to in bracket. That's also the real tech. Personally. That's just me, though. Is it going to be fists versus fists? It looks like it's going to be. Oh no, it's Shamshir versus fists. Okay. Nice. This should be a fun fight, I think. Very high momentum here. We might see some very patient plays come out here on the side of Ladle, as we are going to see that R1 come out right off the bat. And the dagger there thrown in there as well, just to keep him on his toes. The runaways there from the side of Ladle. He's going to go for that stray R1, expecting a little bit of pressure, but the trades come through there, and the R2 is nasty once again, proving that it is an insanely strong move. As we do, oh my god, Ladle actually managing to go for that consumable, the gravity fans, and the swap over here onto the poison mushroom crown to get that extra little bit of damage on that, as a run attack rings through there, and it is going to hit. Goes for another running attack there. It's not quite going to be able to land, as we are going to see. Just look at that there, the whiff, not quite able to whiff punish it there. I say whiff punish, but get the counter pressure that they needed to. And looking at that, we are going to see the poison come through, and there a follow-up R1, but Ladle's not coming out the better of these exchanges, as that is going to be the I believe the tier is gone. Whereas the attempt to get the roll catch there with the standing R1 on the side of Ladle with Lithium is just chilling like a villain here in the long distance, waiting for a whiff that he can play off. The blink bolt comes through, and a good jump, weirdly enough, comes out there from the side of Lithium, who is going to trade in there, but it's not going to be enough, and those R2s are going to finish it out. Oof. Very nicely done. Good showing from Lithium.
Good fight.
Really good fight. The buddies are really, really showing their best today, YY. It's awesome.
Yay. Wait. No, I just see Lithium is like freezing for like a second, and then
Yeah, he
teleport
jumped
to the position.
Well, it's all good now, as we are moving on to the next round, though. Give us a shout in when you're ready.
Hopefully works.
No,
Good now.
he's a
Alright, it seems to be fixed. We're good now by the looks of things. Alright. Looking at that there, we are going to see now Lithium goes for this nice bit of pressure right off the bat. The gravity fans come through, but LadleLover electing to go there for a run attack, and it isn't going to land, but is going to be swatted aside with a whiffed R2. But look at that jump right in over the top, as we are going to see now these R2s come through. Looking at there, the swap over to the poison helmet, the mushroom crown, but look at that trade there, and the extra damage he's going to get is probably going to bring him just about on par as the running R2 comes through there to try and get the punish on the Bolus, but he's just too far away as LadleLover swaps back over. He now has the buff, he doesn't need it again. Another running attack there, a backswing rings true. But we are forced back into this somewhat long neutral here as a jump R1 comes through. Looking at that, trying to play off of these jumping attacks, which is curious. It's not something I see all that often from Fist players, but we do see that nice little hit there from the side of Ladle. Like evening it out just a smidgen, but both players now are... Lithium has the life advantage, so it's not going to matter much. And again, it's about an R2. Two R2s here could actually finish out this fight if it's played correctly, as we see the swap over, but that is going to be the tier gone. Now it's going to be at least back to 2 R2s again, funnily enough. And a little bit of chip damage in on top, as we are going to see Ladle punish that attempt at a blink bolt. Came out just too late, but there they are. The R2 just finishes it out, and that's going to be 2 to Lithium, Ladle nil.
GG's.
Yeah, really good fight. And again, Lithium kind of proving that, you know, if you fire out those R2s and you're clever with them, again, Ladle was pushed up against the wall there. He was actually able to land that hit, and the wall pressure with the R2s is quite spooky, because if you roll the wrong direction, you're just going to eat it, and that can be really, really disheartening and really make a sad face on the old buddies. But we'll see what happens now as we move on to what could be the final stock, unless LadleLover brings it through.
I think Lithium will be the winner. I will support Lithium. No, because
Yeah, so a reverse sweep is coming then. I understand how it is,
because they use cap of our picture.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
As we see it come out here now, we are going to see the lightning grease put onto that Shamshir. Lithium here is going to be maintaining on the Fist, as is Ladle staying on the Shamshir to swap back over onto the probably a different Ash of War here, just to try and mix it up a small bit. As the gravity fans come out, they are not going to land. Looking at it here, a jump R1 comes out, good rollout there comes out on the side of Lithium as a run R2 comes out. Not going for the backswing, wary about those R2s coming out in response, as the Frostpot does actually manage to land there. And looking at it here, we do see that reset into that long neutral. Lithium here waiting for a whiff or anything to work with, but unfortunately it's not really very wise for Ladle to throw out attacks willy-nilly, because a whiff here could mean a lot of HP gone, but Ladle doesn't want to give it away, and he's just playing an awful lot more patience. As we see that jumping R1 come through here, tries to go for a roll catch, but it's not going to work, as we see the R2 come out there from Lithium, and there we are, the mash. Look at him mashing away with impunity. Is the side of Lithium here, who is still widening that gap. Oh my god, working through the Divine Beast Frost Stomp is going to be Lithium with that Blink Bolt, with that running attack there into a bit of more mash. 1300, the R2 just about almost got caught by the pivot animation. There is of course Ladle as another running R1 comes through, and it's the mash down. That is going to be the tier gone Ladle. It is actually getting very good utility here on the Divine Beast Stomp, as Lithium just forces in that pressure now, goes for a running attack, not quite able to make it. We do see both players now returning to this long neutral. The Divine Beast Stomp once again, but that is going to be the tier gone down for both of them, 400 to 600. This is dangerously close here, as we do see Ladle swapping over onto that blue feather, which is going to be huge. Lithium now vibing out, goes for a running attack. The R2 comes through, 200 HP into the Blink Bolt, rushing in with that R1, utilizing those iframes, utilizing that little bit of chip damage as well. Goes for a running attack there from Kilo, but is it going to be enough? No, just shy. Lands just shy into that R2. Is going to force a roll here from the side of Ladle. Goes for another running attack into that and tries to go for a Blink Bolt. Again, a trade comes through. LadleLover is dangerously low. He's a run R1 away from being taken out, but Lithium could mess up one mistake, and that's going to be all over for him. A backswing R1, and he's going to be on death's door himself, so it's not quite as far away as one might expect. 3 hits pretty much to 1, and nasty mash here to follow up, as we do see the off axe come out here on the side of Ladle, perhaps looking for an opportunity, and the pata with the lightning grease comes through there, and the mash followed up into a loading screen. That is going to be Lithium taking the stop.
GG's. Very good fight.
Very patient plays that came out as well. Really nice stuff there from LadleLover, who didn't want to go down without a fight, but does look, ladies and gentlemen, as though we are moving on into the grand finals.
Finals. Let's go.
Let's go, buddies. I'm so excited here for this one. Very excited for this one. And it is going to be quite a fight. It is going to be a fist versus rack main dag, and there you have it. Immediate damage right off the bat here for both of them, and it is going to be in the favor of Dimka by a very narrow margin. 375 here to 2500 HP, and there we go. The off rack there getting another bit of damage. The off dagger coming in as well there, just the main dagger, sorry, excuse me, coming in there to get an extra little bit of damage. And there we see it, just that trades here coming through, and that bleed proc is not going to be far off the horizon here as well. And looking at this here, you're going to see Lithium here just kind of chilling here in this neutral, waiting for a whiff, waiting for an overextension here from the side of Dimka so he can actually move in and get some damage. But likewise, Dimka is looking for the same thing, just that overextension, get that L1 R1, very strong, it's very useful. Jump R1 comes through here, which rack in the offhand I'm not sure is quite as vulnerable to the airs as the two-handed rack. So that's kind of an interesting thing to notice. We do see the dagger getting a little bit of extra damage off. Is still in the favor of Dimka by about 300 HP, which is rookie numbers for this particular, for fists anyway. They can just leverage pretty and crazy damage, even without the mega greases. As we do see the regular lightning grease being applied now once again. Dimka running away. We're going to see the blink bolt come out once more, but looking at it here, both sides are within a hair's breadth of each other, as we are going to see that L1 R1 good roll out there on the side of Dimka, not going for that second swing. It's a bad idea, as we are going to see jump in over the top comes through into the R1 L1 L1. Well, R1, sorry, R1 L1 L R1. There we go. I'm not used to that. We'll figure it out eventually. Maybe I should have gone to sleep here before the tourney, as we are going to see Dimka now go for that L1. The blink bolt is really strong here, as we are going to see that attempt to get the bleed proc, but unfortunately Lithium says no. My tallies, my robustness is not to be doubted. That is going to be with 300 HP to spare. I'd be curious as to how high the bleed bar there. It must have been relatively close. Just a slight misjudgment of the bleed bar there, and I think that's all that really cost Dimka. But yeah, that's Lithium on the board in the first round of our best of 9 for these finals. And now we have both of our players.
Good luck. Go for it, buddies. Go.
And look at that, they are doing just as the doctor ordered here, as we do see the running attacks ring through. Nice little bit of chip damage there on Lithium to start off the fight. Dimka here on 2600 HP to 2300, but look at that, there we go. We're seeing an awful lot more respect here, as the running attacks are going to get a little bit more chip, but Dimka's doing a good job, as we see that R2 from neutral there just to break the priority and get that extra little bit of bleed, and once more dagger chip comes through. Going for that there, the bleed bar must be relatively close, goes for a second swing there, but Lithium, realizing now that that interaction is not in his favor, is going to elect for a rollout, as we are going to see Dimka waiting there to try and force that trade there with the Raksasha, as then there you go, and the L1 not quite able to do it. The bleed proc goes through 7. Oh my god. Into another L1, the R1 comes through once more, 235 HP. Both players here trying to get their damage in. The R2 there is going to hit Dimka for the first most substantial hit of this set, as we see the Okina mask comes out here from Dimka to get that extra little bit of dex, extra little bit of damage. It's all going to be very, very useful. Goes for that, is going to force Dimka to walk into those R2s. Dimka not wanting to walk into it again, goes the L1, R1. Is going to take that damage once more, but we're seeing some very, very reactive plays come out here on the side of Lithium, who is just going to throw out those R2s. Again, Dimka has to respect them. I believe they're poise breaking here as the trades come through. Look at that, this match is evened out in a heartbeat. 600 HP to 67, and that means both players are thereabouts on just about 2 hits, I think. I forget how much damage this dagger will do, as we do see that grease come up there. Maybe we can force a bleed proc into an immediate L1 and end this, even if he does decide to roll it. And there's the dagger. It was actually 1 hit. I was incorrect.
Wow.
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1.
Why?
Oh,
Wow.
Has Dimka been killed yet in this tourney? No, that was the first time he's died.
Wow.
First time he's died.
Okay, round 3.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The buddies are rearing to go by the looks of things. I am deeply concerned. Is everything alright there?
sorry, my cat bite me. Sorry.
No! Not a buddy today, but the sounds of things as we are going to see both of our players here. Alright, so guess the question is, what did you do to the cat, I guess? As we are going to see now this running attack coming out there. A good jumping, trying to jump in over the top there. Lithium is just a little bit, I'm going to say a little bit ahead here, but not by very much. It's just that pressure comes out, and Dimka, it takes a lot of damage there. Now, I don't believe quite in tier skip range as the dagger comes through. 900 to 600, both sides still having tier. Dag off rack is just doing some crazy work here, as we are going to see now getting that bleed grease back up now to get the build up exactly where he wants it. I believe that was an R2 that came out there on the side of Dimka, just trying to get that interrupt just in case there was some pressure. Getting another little bit of that bleed build up here. 969 damage on the board, and if an L1 R1 does manage to proc that bleed, that might be all she wrote here. There we go, the jump R2 comes out, managing to punish the ball is 574. I don't believe that there's any tier skip options outside of a lucky bleed proc here from the side of Dimka. No, and that's going to be all she wrote. 503, oh my god, 145 to 915. Both sides, I believe, are without their tiers. So this is whatever health you see here with a little bit of regen, but that's only going to be legal if they do not have blue feather on, which I'm not sure either of them necessarily want to risk it here. I certainly wouldn't, that would be spooky. The off dagger here will take 2 hits to kill, and I think there's probably 2 R2s in this as well. So Dimka does have that. The trades come through, and that's going to be Dimka losing that round, and that is going to be 2-1 in the favor of Lithium.
Wow. Good fight. Super exciting match.
That is exciting.
Is everything okay? Maybe give your cat belly rub. Maybe your cat needs some attention.
For doing a belly rub, he bite me, really.
Why your cat suddenly bite you?
I think he was happy, maybe. That was his way to show happiness.
Maybe. Alright, we have both of our players in. YY. Go.
Let's go.
And the buddies are certainly not going to second guess you on that one, as we are going to see both players now setting up their greases. Neither side has been hit, I believe, as we are going to see that running attack there, and the off rack comes through there to try and get that roll catch, but we are going to see Dimka actually rolling through all of that, I believe, as another running attack brings true. Looking at that there, you're trying to get these. Oh, the off rack actually manages to clip, but that's going to be a random poise event on the pivot, it seems, making it sure that Lithium is actually going to be okay, as we do see the look at that. The second R2 actually manages to poise break, and the L1 R1, that bleed bar is going to be very full, but Lithium is just deciding caution to the wind. I'm just going to run at him and see what happens, as we do see the bestial roar come out, and the bestial roar might actually get the punisher. No, the bolus was for free. Huge turnaround here in this match. If the bleed proc doesn't come through, we don't have outside of just the rack itself. Not many good damage options. It's mostly going to be chip off with that dagger or managing to get those roll catches. Look at that. The bleed bar is going to be very, very full once again as we see Lithium here. I'm trying to look for an opportunity to get that. Tries to go for a roll catch. There's the side of Dimka. That there, an R2 and the 906 HP on the board, and the tier is gone for Lithium, but the tier's still up for Dimka, and Dimka, not wanting to have a repeat of what happened last time, is just going to try and force those. He has to be careful of those trades. Look at that, the entire fight is evened out once again, as we are going to see that little bit of chip damage come through. 564 to 978 plus tier. Looking at that there, we do see the R2s come out, expecting a bit of pressure here from the side of Dimka, getting another little bit on the bleed. There we go, 56 HP, the R2 comes out. We are going to see that swap directly over on the side of Lithium, staying on blue here, maybe trying to just get a little bit of HP, just a smidge, trying to make sure that he can tank at least one more trade with that dagger, just so he can make sure that he's still in this fight. And Dimka's tier is also down with the R2. Look at that, into the R1, L1, R1. Oh my. 156 health. But it is Fist. And look at that, the trade into a second swing. That is going to be Dimka taking the second round 2-2.
Wow.
Me oh my. What the heck? Wow, I have a very important question.
I have never expected the Raincoat will go like this.
What, the finals is it, or
Yes,
could you repeat that?
Every prank, it's like I have never expected the result will be like this.
Neither would have I, to be perfectly honest with you, looking at the players. But either way, I'll ask my question in between the next round. But give us the explosions.
Okay. Let's go!
And there we have it. We are going to see the physics. We are going to see the greases up, bleed versus lightning, going for that extra bit of damage on the side of Lithium, whereas Dimka here is going to be looking at trying to get that bleed proc off. So that going to both sides, as we see the swap over to the Okina to get the extra little bit of blood. The blood damage through on that, as we are going to see now once again, the L1, the R1. I don't know why I have in my mind that dagger is always in the offhand. I have to get used to this, as we are going to see now Dimka swapping over. I'm not sure if that was a toggle there to get the speed boost on the side of Dimka. I believe it was, as we are going to see that bleed grease come through there. Tries to go for a stray L1. It's not going to land. Both players are relatively even here, but that has now immediately changed there with that off rack doing about 300 damage all in all, as we do see the swap back over onto the spear and the shield and sword tally on the side of Dimka, getting both those extra defenses and the better AR, but it is now immediately gone. Now, as we are going to see probably that swap over to the little bit of regen here on the side of Dimka. As I say it, he goes for it, and Millicents as well to get even more dex. Both the Okina and the Millicents are going to give him an extra bit, as he is going to roll out, not taking advantage of that hit perhaps too far away, as the R1 L1 comes out now once again, going for that running attack there. Tries to go for the follow-up. I think he could have actually gone for the follow-up there on the rack, but he chooses to do it this time. Maybe a little bit of conditioning going on to maybe stop that and to just keep up that bit of pressure. Nice smart moves here as the trade comes through into the off dagger there. The tier is gone. That's going to be more L1s and R1s coming through on the side of Dimka, as the Ballast Punish is going to be huge. I don't believe that was the tier then. I think that was just Lithium being having very, very high. The bleed bar would have been very, very high there on the side of Lithium if he chose to do that, so I don't believe it was a bleed proc. And Dimka here is just going to chill, looking for that little bit of a whiff punish. 379 damage on the board. Tries to go for that L1. It is not going to land. The rack here doing great work, and there we go. The dagger is going to go to town, and the jump R1 comes through. Maybe perhaps looking for just any way to even this out here is Lithium. But that dagger is spooky. Look at that, 29 HP in a dream. The bastard! No shot. He strafed it. Oh my lord, and then the off dagger comes through, and that's going to be 3-2
Wow.
in the favor of Dimka now.
Wow.
Very even.
Yes.
Very even matches. That one, I'm going to say this again, what seems to be the case here in an awful lot of these slow matches. Someone will gain momentum early, and that'll basically be the match. If the fists manage to get a hit in, and they read correctly and they go for their run attacks, they get their R2s in, it can definitely change the course of a match in pretty much an instant. But the same goes for Dimka. If Dimka is able to get a good mix in, get the second R1, get that bleed proc early, it can change everything. But give us the count in.
Good luck.
Buddies, her go.
Go for it.
And that is going to be the Beast Roar as well coming through here on the side of Dimka. We do see that attempt to whiff punish that. No damage on a little bit of damage there for Lithium, as we do see that attempt to whiff punish there with the off rack, but it is going to have to play off of those trades, which is very dangerous, as we do see the trade come through. Once again, about 200 HP, and the difference here is the off rack comes through. It is going to be spaced out by Lithium, who goes for a running attack. And obviously enough here, we are going to see Dimka reset into this longer neutral here, waiting for those opportunities. A running attack gone astray is going to be the thing that's going to determine this fight there. Look at that there. It is going to come out. We are not going to see the second L1 come out. He has to play off of... He has to play very carefully here. A mash the wrong time from the side of Lithium could cost him an awful lot of HP, as we are going to see a 300 health lead develop now yet further on the side of Dimka. And the L1, R1, L1 is going to be rolled here, but more damage there. It's 1300 into a random poise event. Once again, I'm super curious as to what causes it, as that is going to be the tier proc. We are going to see now that reset into neutral, not wanting to go for there the bolus is. And there we have it. We do see the L1, but beautifully spaced there from the side of Lithium, who was just on the corner. Looking at this here, we are going to see now that Bleed Grease threatening pressure once more. Dimka trying to go for that press, but is going to eat it. L1, R1 tries to go for the second R1, is going to be rolled out. We're seeing that mix up now between going for the second offhand hit, trying to see if Lithium is going to wait, or going for the Rexasha there on the offhand. And look at that there, the more bleed, 288 damage. It's 288 HP left. We're going to see if the trades come through. Look at that, Dimka's on 95
Wow.
HP.
Wow.
And the momentum just completely shifts there to end that stock. And it's going to be 3-3.
Even brings it back. Wow.
Very, very close round there in the wind-up. Like, keep in mind that Dimka got unlucky with the amount of damage that the fists were able to come out, and he wasn't able to regain his footing. He was so low. So again, if the fists get an awful lot of damage in early, the fight is definitely in the favor of fists. Definitely in the favor of fists. I agree wholeheartedly, Sarah. The amount of just the pressure that comes out there is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers, and he knows exactly when to flick that switch. But there we have it. The shouts ring out there, and Dimka takes damage right off the bat. The certified unforked bestie moment as the L1 is going to come out. Lithium there throwing out a stray R2. We do see the swaps over here from the side of Dimka. Goes for that R2, takes another little bit of chip damage there, resetting it. We will see the almost back up to full now once again, within a margin that he could theoretically get back up to spear tally if he's not hit again, but against fists it's a very difficult task. It's the off dag there coming in clutch, punishing that, but it does seem as though Lithium's getting the download here. He hasn't been hit very much at all. 1900 to about 2100. Never mind, as I say it, the caster's curse strikes once again, as we do see all players forced back in, looking for that. We do see the attempt to strafe there, but Dimka's going to be punished quite heavily for it, as another L1 rings true. The R2 come out there and riposte, but it's not going to be enough, as we are going to see Dimka now chilling here. He doesn't have many engagement tools. He does have that nice bit of chip, but The flow of the match here is dictated both by Dimka's offhand and of course by the fist player. The fist player has to initiate for Dimka to really play into his win condition, which is force that trade on the running attacks and build up that bleed then with the off dagger. There we have it. That's what he's looking for, as that is going to be an awful lot of HP, and the bestial roar comes through to get that punish. The ballast punishes are absolutely huge, as we do see now both players. The jumping R1 comes through, it's not going to connect. Dimka not deciding to use any of the engagement tools as we've seen in previous matches from Raincoat, but swapping over to the two-handed rack to try and just initiate a fight, trusting instead on the overall strategy of forcing those trades. Playing that patient game, you'd swear this was Dark Souls 3 as another running attack rings through. Both players now are without their tears. The favour slightly now in the side of Lithium, as Dimka's just going to be chilling here, looking for that the L1 R1. Oh my god, that's huge damage. It's 129 HP, and now Lithium kind of knows what he has to do. He has to wait for a moment to just put insane pressure on Dimka. If he plays this out too long, he's going to get chipped down with that off dagger, and there we go, the L1.
Wow.
He's going to finish this one out. That's 4-3 in the favour of Dimka.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. I'm digging this setup a lot. I really do. The off rack just, it changes the game. It doesn't allow the fist player to aggress in the way that they necessarily want to. Both sides are waiting for whiffs here. If you swing and you miss, that could be the end of you pretty much. Dimka just needs one more to win it, and Lithium has a little bit of a steeper hill to climb.
Good luck.
There goes the bolt as we peer out over the parapet once more. And we do see both players now rearing to go. Our buddies playing for that top prize, as there we go. The trade is going to come out though. And it is going to be slightly in the favour of Dimka, ever so slightly, as that jump R1 comes through. But look at that there, the off rack is just in to greet him. I would say Lithium is doing a really good job of looking for their opportunities to actually get to get the ballast off, which is huge. We've seen the ballast actually used in only 300. Like, it's a pretty good calculation, right? I run away, I'm far enough away that they're not going to be able to get an L1 R1 off on me, or potentially proc the bleed while I'm actually getting it off. So I think it's a no-brainer to take the little bit of bestial roar. As the, oh my god, the Lithium taking a really substantial lead earlier on here, which may look as though we're going to see a 4-4 here in the L1 R1. Dimka getting that bleed bar up as high as he can, and there we go, we might see a, there we go, the tier has been procced. That is insane. Looking at that now, Dimka is going to be chilling just out of distance here, just existing in his space, trying to make sure that there's no ballast going off here. Look at this. This is going to be crazy. Both players are now, I believe, without tears here, and it is ever so slightly in the favor of. Oh my god! The bleed proc.
Wow.
Finish it out.
GG.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Holy moly!
Congratulations.
Holy
Wow.
moly!
Very good fight.
Absolutely phenomenal tourney. A phenomenal tourney here, everyone. I want to thank YY for hosting, and the players doing an absolutely phenomenal job all the way through here. Very well done, and congratulations to Dimka. Absolutely congratulations.
I need to thank Enda for commentating our tournament. Super cool.
Yeah, you did great.
Super
No, thank you so
solid.
much. And thank you so much for
Very
having me on.
entertaining.
Congratulations.
I hope you enjoyed it.